I gotta get rid of my exhaustion, so I'm sleeping.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to stay in the house.
His head.
I was told I was staying in the stables.
No, that's not what I said. You're not listening to what I said. I said you're more than welcome to cozy up inside the house.
I'll take up the whole dining room table.
Yeah, that's fine. Darlie's is dead asleep. I'm going in bed with her.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. No need to start the night off with any attitude here.
Cool. Do you have any... Never mind.
Hello and welcome to Wicked Initiative. We're finally back with everybody in the party.
Yeah!
Let's get going. We'll start with a little refresher. We had to miss last week, obviously, because of a couple of things, but we're back. You guys started last week or the week before last. You guys were heading. You had just killed. Or not killed, but sort of got rid of a lion drake. It flew off away. You guys were tracking someone related to possibly the Grey Withers, and you guys then decided to change tactics. You headed over to the barracks, where you wanted to meet with the captain of the guard, Lucius Branch. Made your way inside. You guys had a quick conversation, to which ended with Cedric sort of giving a little bit too much of information for some of you guys. A lot of you guys like to sort of stay on the down low. He kind of basically was like, hey, we were the ones there, and you guys found out that this was not in what the reports were from the prior evening. So he got your names and eventually said bye, and you guys then headed out. And for the rest of the afternoon, honestly, you guys had just a bunch of conversations, sort of kind of trying to figure out each other's motives, trying to have some sort of connection with one another, and talk about possibilities for the next day. Whether or not you were going to investigate this Grey Wither mansion, or if you were going to go hunt some boar, that kind of stuff. You had two kind of big contracts or money-making possibilities at your disposal. A big moment that happened was when Nixel orchestrated kind of this sit-down between Zaros, and Aragar about giving up possession of this questionable stone. Eventually, it is given up, and Aragar has an incredible vision moment, not sure what to make of it, but incredible, intense power when the stone sort of fuses itself into the flail, and he goes invisible for a split second and then reappears. Aragar was looking
worse for wear.
Very worse for wear. Like he had the worst migraine of all time. And eventually you guys sort of clean up. It starts to get dim outside. The sun starts to go away. And you guys head off in two different directions. Zaros is actually invited by Bosco to come back to his home to discuss something, while the rest of the party sort of headed to the raised roof about 8:30, 9 p.m. You guys get there, and did you have a discussion?
Yes.
Yes, you
With
did.
Kieran.
You had a quick discussion with Kieran, kind of giving off this formal business vibe, and you were able to kind of tell that he's kind of used to this as well. He wasn't playing games.
He was playing chess.
Well, he was playing chess. Always playing chess. But you guys head upstairs to the rooms, except for Aragar and Ares. You guys are like, well, let's go case the mansion since it's nighttime. You guys head over there, and Czar and Bosco, your discussion you had. Bosco reveals a wanted poster of what is the face of who you know to be Cedric Silverstone.
He's gonna have some explaining to do.
or is it? It looks like me. Is it me?
We will jump into our session now. Back with Aragar and Ares, who are scoping out from a distance.
I kind of let out a grunt as I wipe a little more of the blood from the nostril from the terrible migraine earlier.
It still hurts. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't keep you out too late. No, you need to rest. So the last thing we had seen was just from a distance, right? Like on the second floor of the
Yes.
manor.
We saw
like how close? We didn't really get that close.
You guys were, I mean, it's a 60 by 100 foot kind of like courtyard, and then there's the fence there with the guards waiting at the front, and you guys are sort of another like 50 feet away from that. So it's a pretty far distance, especially for someone who can't really see that well in the dark, at least for Aragar. Ares, you have dark vision, so it's all in kind of like grays and like whites and blacks for you, but you can see that there were two like younger girls, sort of like just, I guess, in their medieval jammies, in the windows. There's a couple of other lit up places, but you don't see too much movement inside. Occasional like butler that walks across. They're wearing kind of just like butler attire, accoutrement.
And it's about what time?
About 9:30 evening.
And you said there's roughly the people that we do Ares sees roughly about 60 feet in distance from us, correct?
You guys would be about like 100 to 150 feet, somewhere in there.
Sort
of just scoping around. I think you guys rolled pretty like good stealth checks last time, so you guys were sort of like tucking into the darkest corners you can find. Obviously, the bricks around you are sort of giving that dim light at this point. That just like you find the spots that have like the least amount and just sort of chill in there and kind of watching from corners of homes or behind barrels or scooting behind some large wagon that sort of like blocks them from seeing you kind of casing the joint.
And I think last time I did mention to our, like, what I had seen, that there were some sort of elven people in there. I think I did mention to that, so he does know that. I didn't
elven
keep
children,
that. Yeah. Well, I know it's a little bit late. We probably should tell the rest of the crew what's going on, but I would like to maybe climb a little higher and get a better vantage just inside somewhere. Like, we're looking at the second story, but I would maybe want to climb on a rooftop to just see what's in the inside.
Sure, yeah. Give me a athletics or acrobatics check.
Do you want me to follow? Or should you do this on your own?
I mean, if you want, I know you're struggling a bit, so if you want to just wait down here, you can, but...
I've seen what you've done in combat. I don't know if I could follow your lead.
Alright, how about you stay here, keep a lookout down low, I'll climb up.
And I kind of crouch down and just keep, just scan the area.
Alright, you said acrobatics or...
Give me just a general perception check. At disadvantage for the dim light.
There.
What did you say for me? Acrobatics or what?
Acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, that would have been
For a rogue, most likely acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics. I just
It's gonna be a 2.
Ooh.
Good lookout. You're here.
I got 24.
Just a quiet
A
grumble.
24. So as you sort of like scoping around looking, you find a couple of like larger barrels that are tucked up against one of the walls and just sort of like bound and leap up there like that. You get up to the top, sort of pull yourself up there and sort of like crouch down and just the best vantage point you can. You got that whole appeal of like sitting on the corner of like a house, just like a statue almost.
Blowing in the wind.
With your poor perception, I would say as you're sort of like while she's doing this and you're scoping about, your migraine is just driving you absolutely nuts. And you sort of like stumble over something, and as you do that, someone walks by you, and you see them notice that you're like, they give you this odd look, kind of scoping you out as like this lizard folk, and then they sort of like just hurry up and move faster. But it puts you at unease that someone was looking at you like you know that you're not supposed to be seen. You sort of like tuck yourself back away in a dark corner and sort of like just put your head down because you're dealing with this migraine that's going on.
Did I see did this person look like a commoner or like some?
Yeah, just a normal common folk who's just out at night, probably heading home. But they were kind of startled to see someone looking like you.
Yeah, I kind of
and sort of like not looking well either.
True, I still a little bit of dry blood from the migraine. So I kind of in it with a kind of I just kind of slink into the corner and just kind of like
That would be a scary
nurse
sight.
my headache.
Cool. Aries, while you're up at the top, what are you looking for precisely?
Well, I want the layout, like, because from what you were telling me, I see the fence, right? And then I just see, like, the second story of the manor. So I want to see, like, inside, the layout. Are there, like, people, guards, like, any suspicious activity or any other ways to kind of, like, creep around or in there later on? Just trying to
Sure,
feel
yeah. Give me a general perception check.
20. Dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah, so as you're looking about this place, trying to get the best understanding you can, it seems that the house is designed kind of like the homes back in Bristol, where you're from. And
Of course it is.
the bottom area in this would be kind of like a large living room on one side. It's got a couple of like a long table. Yeah, you can see kind of into like the dimly lit windows just a little bit further at this point, and you can see on that one side that's kind of like just a more open space lounge area, right? And then as you go across the other side of the L of the mansion, there'd be obviously the kitchen and kind of like a dining room area with a large table, a couple of chairs here and there. You see multiple people start to like sort of walk by, female and male, just that have like either like maid outfits or butler outfits, just workers of the home, the keepers. The top story, you obviously have seen the kind of like bedroom for the girls, which you would assume there's probably another one or two or possibly even three for like a servant's chambers. And then on the other side that's above the living room area, like the lounge area, there would be probably a study. It's closed, you can't look inside, and there's kind of like those drapes that are sort of like blocking any view. But with a dirty 20, I will say that you can see that there is a figure who has their back to you, and they have kind of this short white hair all the way around, just kind of like a buzz cut almost. It's a little bit thicker than that, but you can definitely see the ears, and they are just sort of hunched over, just working. You can see occasionally like the butler will come in and he'll like move his head and talk to them real quickly, but that's about all you can really scope out at this time.
And the land, like anything that was like outside?
Outside, so the last bit on the outside, basically there's like this open balcony for like that right side of it. It has like a bunch of like random paintings that are just sort of out there, kind of like a nice a French balcony.
Alright. I guess because we're still like, you said we were how far away? I didn't go in closer, I just climbed up, right? We weren't like getting
Yeah,
any
no,
closer.
you were like 100 to 150 feet somewhere in there.
Alright. Yes.
Guard-wise, you can see that there are a couple of other entrances, but they all each have 2 guards stationed around the perimeter.
Just the 2 guards at the gate?
Mhm.
Or okay, so there's not like additional guards anywhere else inside, like near the door or anything. It's just the outside
Right.
gate.
Right.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll climb
You
back.
also don't necessarily notice any suspicious activity happening at this time either.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll climb back down. Check on my buddy here. You all right?
I think we should go now.
Yeah. We can go. Got what I needed for now. Let's head back.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys are heading back, sort of find your way back to the raised roof, where Gax and Cedric are rooming together. Nixel is by yourself at the moment.
I think I was.
You
That
were
was-
gonna room with him.
I think I was. Yeah. When we were splitting everybody up,
Yeah,
I think I was gonna be.
I don't remember exactly, but I know someone was gonna.
It was me, I'm
room with
pretty
me
sure.
later.
Cool.
Because it also.
As they get back, whichever rooms you guys decide to go sleep in, the floor is yours. You guys can say, "Hey, I'm asleep," or "Hey, I'm still up. Wow, this is what I'm doing."
What
right
time
now."
is it right now? As they come back in.
It's about half-mile walk, so they'd probably get back around 10ish.
And the lobby entrance area is empty. Like there's not anyone sitting around loitering or are suspicious.
Or
right?
playing chess.
Kieran had moved on.
Right, but he
And,
didn't come back.
There's a couple of stragglers, but
Nothing
there's not
really.
much
Okay.
activity going on in this tavern at the moment.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
Nixel, Nixel would likely be asleep by this point. He honks up pretty
Alright,
fast.
so whoever goes into Nixel's room will see a fairy that's fast asleep.
Alright,
Cedric-
I say
Cedric-
goodnight to Ares,
Yeah,
who
I'll
kind
go.
of a low grumble, clearly nursing the headache.
Yeah.
I make my way to the other room, and I'm probably not the most
Quiet.
not the most quiet. I'm probably stumbling around a little bit more, like someone with an intense migraine would. You know, not fully stable, or not feeling a little dicey when walking around. So I walk in, hear,
If
you know.
if it's 10, Cedric's probably had just gotten into bed, about to fall asleep. So he's
Those long prayers.
exactly. He's laying down, but he's not fast asleep yet. So he would react to the door opening and or walking in. And so you just walking with the headache.
Yeah, and if you're awake, I will go lock eyes.
By a mater, what happened to you, man?
Migraine.
And I find my way to a corner that's not unoccupied.
Are you-
and just
are you-
literally slump down against the wall?
Are you injured or are you missing HP?
Oh yes, you realize that at first it seemed like, oh yeah, he took some damage. Then you look again, it's like this looks like someone who got actually concussed somehow because there's still some dried blood
Alright,
from
I'm
his
gonna-
snout and maybe
I'm
a
gonna
little bit from
walk-
his ear.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna reach into my pouch, take some bandages, try to wipe off any blood that's crusting on you at this point, and I'm gonna do cure wounds on you so you don't have to go to bed in pain.
Cool. Give me a dice roll.
Yeah.
For cure wounds.
Thank you.
What time is this at?
10.
10. Okay, this one, yeah.
You would have been in that room for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
11 plus 7, 18.
18 HP back
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
2d8 plus 7. A 3 and 8.
That's a life cleric.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I hit the wrong number.
Pretty
The
good.
migraine's all of a sudden gone.
Yeah, I do. I put my hand on his snout, I guess.
Yeah, what's your cure wounds look like?
So I think haven't I done cure wounds already?
You've done healing word, not cure
Oh,
wounds.
I've done healing
Because
word.
cure
Okay.
wounds is touch.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
I put my hand kind of like
Holy
between
crap.
his eyes almost.
Yeah, you
And-
applied all of your.
Are you gonna shut his eyelids?
No. I put it like
If he does that, if he tries to.
Yeah, no, I don't
Plot
cover
twist.
his eyes. I kind of put him like in between his eyes. So like you're a lizard foot, right? So I guess on your snout almost. And then
This is what he's wanted for, inappropriate.
I go.
You do see me kind of. You do see me kind of flinch. So someone's like, not used to that. Like you can almost tell instantly. Like
I put my hand on your snout. I take my other hand and I start doing some hand gestures, and then a very faint light will emit from my hand that you can kind of see as I say "sana," and then it'll just hit you at once. The healing.
Cool.
I kind of feel the snout. And kind of.
Thank you. It's nice of you.
Of course, no need to go to bed with a migraine. As I walk back over, straighten out my bed sheets again.
It's a freak.
I redo my night ritual before bed.
And I'm kind of
Not
staring
quite
at you
right.
for like the majority of it, and then after like a while, I'm kind of like.
My back is
Alright,
to
fine.
you. Like I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not seeing you do this.
I'm still, I'm
Yeah.
kind of almost staring at you like something like a creature that's not sure how to read this situation.
Mm.
And then after a couple minutes, I finally like curl and find myself, and I try to drift off.
Gax is by the window. The window's open, and if there's like a table in the room or anything like that, the table's dragged over to that window. Hasn't said anything to you. Doesn't even recognize that you're in the room. And I'm making herbs or
What are you making?
Titania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm just sitting there, kind of going for it.
So yeah, you see Gax sort of just like, it's what kind of mixture is that?
It's an infusion.
Alright. So yeah, you see him sort of like pull out a couple of like vials from your like herbalism kit, and you sort of see him kind of this interesting decantation that's happening where eventually it ends up in like this like yellowish liquid
Yeah.
in this tiny vial of these kind of bright yellow flowers.
When I finish up and wrap it up, Gax just kind of like brushes his hands outside the window, corks it and puts it on his like bandolier that he has like vials in and stuff like that he keeps on him.
Cool. Anything for you? You walk into Nixel fast asleep.
No, I don't think I'll just go to bed. I don't
Alrighty.
really have anything that I have to worry about right now.
Zarzaros and Bosco, anything from you two?
I gotta get rid of my exhaustion, so I'm sleeping.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to stay in the house.
His head.
I was told I was staying in the stables.
Well, that's not what I said. You're not listening to what I said. I said you're more than welcome to cozy up inside the house.
I'll take up the whole dining room table.
Yeah, that's fine. Darlie's just dead asleep. I'm going in bed with her.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. No need to start the night off with any attitude here.
Cool.
Do you have any? Never mind.
Crap.
No, he leaves it there.
I think he was gonna ask for a pillow.
Awesome. Nixel, before you fall asleep, I would like to ask, what is Nixel thinking about in those few moments before you sort of shut your eyes? What's on your mind?
Nixel is relatively good at hiding his feelings. And so he doesn't show it during the day. However, he's deeply troubled with why he's here. He is likely thinking about his commission just before adventuring through, what was it called? Adventuring through Irithtal to get to the portal that brought him here. He's not sure what direction to take, and he's kind of just following along with the group at the moment until he finds out a little bit more information.
Kind of like a strength in numbers thing.
That, and he recognizes that he's on his own at the moment and needs to make some friends. However, he can't get the kind of, like, I guess you could call it like a commission. He can't get that out of his mind, so he's struggling with, like, knowing he needs to do something about it, but it seems like the wrong time to try at the moment. So he's battling with that right before bed.
Okay. And any thoughts that, I don't think you were here for this session, so you might not have wrote it down in your notes. Any thoughts on the mention of that blue dragonborn monk come across your mind?
He clocks it, and he wants to investigate more, but he's not sure where to start.
Cool. Awesome. As you guys sort of all shut your eyes and you think your surface thoughts about your small feelings towards how you feel about these people that you've surrounded yourself with for the next few days or however long it lasts, that you're going to be working together. You all fall asleep. You guys get a long rest, so you can do that. And we head back into the morning.
Nice.
Any temp HP goes away, yes?
Yes.
Okay. You're no longer beefy. Magically beefy.
Alright. So as you guys sort of come to consciousness and you
Big yell. Yawn.
Argo's very rested. He got healed full, and then he's like completely like sleep enabled. Yes.
That was my best Zarzaros
Thank you.
impression.
What?
Argo's like, it's been a while since he felt that.
You guys come to. The day is a little bit cloudier than the last. There's no rain or anything like that, but you can feel kind of the cool, gentle breeze that enters through the windows and sort of like pulls at the sheets a little bit, gives you a little chill. And yeah, you guys can hear the port is once again moving for the early morning incoming barrels and such goods, services, all of that good stuff. So yeah, the day is yours. What do you want to do? It's about
I think
it's about 7 or 8 in the morning.
So Cedric would make a point of being the first one up in his room at least. Like, dawn's breaking, he's up, he's folded his sheets.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Gax is already up.
He never went to
Oh.
sleep. That's
Roll
right.
for it.
A roll for it?
No,
Just a base roll.
A freaking sleep wake off.
4.
16.
Gax is up.
Cedric wakes up thinking he's first, like, early bird catches the worm, looks over, Gax is already making herbs or something.
No, he's putting everything away.
He's putting everything
Yeah.
away, he's like,
He fell.
Oh.
He fell asleep at the
already
table.
finished?
Yeah.
Cedric is pleasantly surprised at this, like, oh. He
Nice.
starts taking his pajamas off.
Cool.
Nixel.
Argo just wakes up, walks out. After these two, obviously, but
Cedric, like, pauses to see that as he's putting stuff in his bag, like, are you feeling better?
I'm waking up.
That's as much as we can ask for, isn't it?
Nixel, being the early riser that he is, he'd be up early enough that he would start tinkering around with his tools. So with his artisan's tools, his little set of gears and screwdrivers and things,
Wrenches
he's going
and
to
pulleys.
magically create one set of artisan's tools, and he's going to make the woodcarver's tools.
Awesome.
They require 1 hour of uninterrupted work, and it can coincide with a short or long rest, and they are non-magical, and once I use the feature again, they vanish.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, you have some woodcarver's tool after sort of, I'd say, Aries, you sort of, as you're waking up, you hear some of this kind of like, ting, ting, ting,
What time is it, you said?
it's about 7 in the morning.
It's like miniature clockwork, basically.
I think the covers would be like over my head, and then I would just be like, pull them down, like, alright, guess I'm
Construction
getting
worker
up.
right outside your window.
And just immediately just start putting boots on, and be like, alright, not getting any more sleep now.
Cool. Completely disregard what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, okay. I'm not like too worried about what he's doing like in his business. I'm just gonna get up, try to wake up, and probably start to head downstairs.
Alrighty.
May I ask, did the table hold my weight?
Did he wake up on the floor?
How much do you weigh?
5,000.
I mean the table. You should have just slept on the floor.
It's like a inflatable mattress that has a slow leak in it. And he
Ooh.
just wakes up on the floor.
Wait, were you wearing your armor too?
I would have removed like the uncomfy pieces, but
Oh, like
yeah,
the
I probably
pauldrons
would have.
and- okay.
My weight on here says 280 pounds.
Oh, big boy.
Halfling table.
Certified big boy.
Certified wide boy. We
I'm
said.
gonna roll a d20, and basically, if it's 5 or less, then something happened.
Oh no.
It is a 10, so
Oh.
you did not break the
Some
table.
creaking at most.
Yeah, as I get off, it's like.
Look back, there's just a massive crack in the middle of the table.
Did you keep the tablecloth on?
You actually are awoken by the smell of, or the sound of pigs squealing, and the smell of kind of some fried egg.
Might give Buddy some breakfast.
Wow.
Yes.
As I look around, who's cooking the eggs?
Darlie is.
Darling.
Because that matters.
Those smell lovely.
Oh yes. Have you come to? Are you hungry?
Perhaps I wouldn't want to intrude on the supplies.
Oh, anytime. She sort of flips the egg onto a plate, hands you the plate.
How was the porridge?
Is it a tiny egg?
The Bosco's not in there yet. It was disastrous.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not quite sure what he was thinking, but that's the man I love.
Will you be okay these next few days if we venture out?
Yeah. I'll be alright.
Has he said anything about going anywhere?
Not yet, but I assumed that you guys would venture out at some point. I'm very happy that such a large group has seemed to be taken with this task. It means it's safer for Bosco, and that's the biggest thing.
He'll be looked after.
Hard to go.
You don't have to worry.
We come back, Bosco's gone. What did we do? Oh, we ran faster.
She
has, like,
has
crab legs.
her expressions are very kind. Like, she's not. As you guys continue to have small chit chat here and there, she knows that he's not around, but she has nothing but quality things to say about him. He has his quirks, but in no way is she mean about him to you.
That's good.
Bosco,
I'm
as
a
you
good
sort of
eating
enter
my
the scene.
eggs.
I'm a good guy, you know.
You're a wonderful guy.
I'm a
wonderful guy, but I have him being pulled to the dark side by other forces.
He looks at Zarzors. You put her against me.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna say, "Oh, you're cooking breakfast already? Thank you." Oh,
You hungry, love?
Yeah, well, I mean, that porridge last night was delicious. I mean, it really held me over. But I
Honey,
have
the
to...
porridge was god-awful.
Where is it? Just throw it out, or are you gonna let me give it to the pigs?
Well, I ate it.
Oh. No, you must not have thought it was that bad.
I mean, it was 9 o'clock at night. I don't know what else I'm gonna get. So, unless I was to cook it up myself, and I sure as hell wasn't doing that.
Well, I'm gonna go tend to the pigs.
All right.
Thank you.
I feel like
You
Bosco either says thank you or sorry at the end of every single sentence.
So yeah, where are you guys headed?
I'm gonna go out and
Pig, you coming out to the
yeah, I'm
pig
gonna
pen?
go to the pig pen with you. And,
Interesting.
Bosco, is she gonna be alright? When we're gone? When you're gone? She needed you to bring her food last night.
I mean, I haven't exactly talked to her about it. But I think it's gonna be okay. I mean, she's gotta...
You're just gonna leave without talking to her?
She makes plenty of money. She can buy food herself. Why I gotta bring home food is just beyond me.
I just want to make sure that she's gonna be okay. She seemed hungry last night.
I mean, no one's gonna be able to tend to her pregnant needs, but she'll be good for a couple days.
Alright. As long as you think that.
Hey, by the way, you like the pigs here?
He's got 3 peaks.
Are they monstrous?
The average size hog.
Average size?
Beautiful les gens.
I'm sorry?
Beautiful little suckling pigs.
What are their names?
They're gonna be very tender. I don't know. We don't name the pigs we can. We're gonna kill.
Okay.
Very tender meat. It's like
They could use some more. They look a little small.
Oh, they're dwarf. Like myself, how could I handle a giant hog?
Well, you have us now.
True.
We could help.
I mean, that dire boar. That's gonna fill the freezer for a while.
Now Zarzors knows how to make one.
I mean, I don't know about you, but these eggs are good and all, but I kind of want to go get some croissants in town and under the raised roof.
Sounds like a plan.
Delicious.
We
Great
gotta meet our
plan.
friends anyway.
Okay.
So you guys are headed back to the raised roof.
Moseying on off.
Wonderful.
Can't wait till Gax finds out he's having a kid. It's gonna blow your fucking mind.
So yeah, you guys.
I will not discuss
Does
that.
Gax not know that he's gonna have that Bosco's wife is pregnant? Or
Oh, I don't know. I doubt it.
You guys are headed back to the raised roof. You guys all of you sort of congregate down at the bottom of the raised roof. A couple of patrons here sort of just like coming in and out. There's shipments that are coming in. Cedric is there, obviously sort of like directing traffic and things like that. You see, as you guys gonna sit at a table and sort of enjoy some breakfast, or are you guys heading out?
Is Kieran there?
Kieran's not there, no.
Okay. I do a little like
Yeah, you do a little peek at the corner,
Big
and then you
eyes
don't see anything.
Yeah, my
and bug eyes.
yeah, he's actually.
I think I would personally probably go and sit at like a table or something because I feel like I would be waiting for these two to kind of, assuming that they would head back in the morning. Obviously, I wouldn't wait all morning if you didn't, but I wouldn't just head out the door.
I just assume that Ares is holding a table for everyone to go sit with her.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
fine,
join
that's
the rest
fine.
of the crew and
Yeah.
just basically like getting my usual breakfast grub,
Yeah.
eating
Yeah,
like a savage.
I think Ares probably would have sat at a table that's a little
Yeah.
bit too small, and then you guys are sort of like grabbing chairs from everywhere,
Yes.
sort of like bringing them over.
I
to
mean, I wasn't being mean. Like I didn't want to sit with anyone. I just think I just went and sat down. Not.
If it would be something else, that's just me. Like
Yeah,
being,
I mean,
fitting your character.
That's the thing.
I'm not gonna be like, here's a chair for you. Here's a chair for you. You know, you can come join me.
So yeah, you guys grab a couple of chairs from other places, sort of scoop them on over.
Assigned seating.
As you guys sort of like sit down and get accustomed to your situation.
Before I sit down, can I actually walk over to Cedric real quick? As
Yeah.
he's like directing
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, put it over here. Can I help you?
I have a. I can't even remember the word.
It's just me
Jesus.
being louder. I guess he's Irish.
I have a quick question for you, if you don't mind. I'm looking for the Applefoot residence. That's his name.
Applefoot. You talking about the halfling?
Yes.
You'd probably find him in the refugee camp outside the town.
Perfect. Thank you.
At least this early in the morning, he should be there.
Good to know. Good to know.
As you sort of finish that conversation, head over, join the group, and you see that little brown kobold walks up wearing just his loincloth. You know him to be named Loincloth. So, what can I get you this morning? More ball?
Oh,
Oh,
Am
you're
I
not
there?
there. You're not
You're
there.
not there.
Sorry.
I'm not there. No.
I'll have a muffin and whatever tea is on hand.
Certainly. I'll get that right straight.
What was the meat you gave our dragonborn friend?
Oh, he had the boar.
That.
Nice big hunk of meat. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Alrighty.
I think I was saying eggs, coffee.
Eggs for the day.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, Loincloth. You're a real gem.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't get compliments very often, so it's nice to get a compliment once in a while. Everyone just sort of pushes me around.
That's not nice.
It's the job.
I'm nice.
You are nice.
What? Cedric,
My new favorite person.
Cedric hears her say that, kind of just goes with his tea, like rolls his eyes.
As I wink at Loincloth, I'm like, thank you. I give a death stare to Cedric across the table and then smile back at Loincloth.
Loincloth doesn't clock that at all.
Exactly. I know he wouldn't, but.
And for you, good sir.
A single wafer and a glass of water, please.
One single wafer and a glass of water. What? Interesting combination. Simple yet elegant. And you?
I'll have the same thing as him.
Two more.
Yes. And
Wonderful.
a beer, please. A breakfast
And a
beer.
beer. Breakfast beer, sure. I bring the stout.
Cedric raises an eyebrow at that.
He gets all the orders, sort of heads back into the kitchen. You hear the ding ding of the things just happening as you guys have a moment to sit and talk.
You should really eat up while you're in the city. You don't know the next time you can eat food.
Next time you can eat.
I'll make it all right. I appreciate your concern.
Single wafer.
Trust me,
a rice paper.
when you're in the dunes or the savannah and lacking food, you'll think back to this conversation.
Wow.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
I think I would definitely want to be like, oh, so definitely me and Argar like went and scoped out the place, which I'm going to tell you what I saw, but I didn't know when our friends would be back, if they would be coming soon, or if I'm just gonna end up telling them
I'd
twice.
say for the sake of brevity, like they show up and then while you guys are kind of waiting for food.
All right,
I'm not very good at helping in the dark.
that's okay. You're there for moral support and security.
You hear the little bell as like these two sort of, you see them in the doorway.
Cedric kind of waves down like, "Oh, we're over here."
Zar!
Zaza.
I'm just gonna.
Cedric doesn't understand that only Ares calls him that.
No,
Zaza.
I do. Okay, that was above the table. I'm not calling my friend.
No. I'm saying Zar.
Oh, okay. Only Zar is what I'm calling him.
I'm saying Cedric doesn't realize only you call him Zar.
Oh, yeah.
Zar.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another stare like, Zar, come please.
Are we all like sitting together?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see the groups sort of sitting around a table that's too small.
Nixel
Onion.
is standing on his chair.
I'm gonna walk up and say,
Wow, only a rice wafer for you. You're gonna perish.
I appreciate your concern.
Is this some spiritual thing why you won't eat?
No.
No. And what is it?
I was asking the same thing.
It's none of your concern.
Oh, isn't it?
Oh god.
Maybe he's just not hungry.
All right.
I'm gonna be like, all right, so let's have a little meeting here. How did your little session go? And I've got information to share as well. I'm not hiding anything, Bosco. I have some things I would like to share, but how did your meeting go?
You
guys?
give and I'll give. How about that? Give me some information. I'll give you a little bit.
When you mentioned information, Cedric goes, as he's mixing it, he's like, yes, the late night escapades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're not all grandpas that go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Also, it would be about a gold for the group. So,
Okay.
however y'all want to feel about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just
Gax
give
just,
out mine.
yeah, I was gonna say Gax just pays it.
Yeah.
Sure. It's just a gold.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Cedric, you don't bite off more than you can chew right now. Just zip it. I think it's time we discuss what we're doing today.
Cedric's taken aback a little by this comment, but continues to eat his muffin.
Yeah, get off your high horse.
He was so nice with you. I mean, not that we know that.
I think we need to. We're gonna have to fight this boar or burn down Firefox's residence. So what's it gonna
I'm gonna
be?
say,
the
whoa,
better
whoa.
option may be
Fight the boar.
fight the boar.
Yeah, I want to make
For the
one.
moment,
One option I'd make really unappealing is horse and burn down.
Can we not recommend burning down abodes before you even know what's in them just yet?
I thought you were saying before breakfast.
I know, I thought he was about to say that too. He's like, it's too early for mass destruction.
Also before breakfast.
Before I dive back into the boar.
I forgot there were children in.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that yet. But I was getting ready to say that. I'm gonna be like, well,
There's like a
whoa.
switch on the
Before we
corner, like-
talk about burning things down, I love a little chaos and mass destruction. But me and Hargar did go scope out the place, and there are 2 children there. So, yeah, I'm not gonna just burn the place down when there's kids in there.
Yeah, oh, that's understandable.
So, basically, I would tell them everything that I saw. Or, what I saw in there, who I saw, there's only 2 guards at the gate, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know what I know, basically.
relatives of Foxfire, perhaps.
Possibly.
Have we seen? Do we know what he looks like? What Foxfire himself
No,
looks
I
like?
don't think we have.
No,
You never got it.
So, but you mentioned the man that you saw, the elf
Right,
man.
that there was, a guy in what I assumed to be a study, but I couldn't make out a face.
Do we assume he's Foxfire?
I mean, I would assume that is who they call Foxfire, because I would assume that he's probably the man of the house in his study.
Has Bosco
and-
seen Foxfire as a local?
Yeah, have you ever seen Foxfire, Bosco?
Yeah, well,
Can you hit your check?
Big money.
9 or 6. 9. 10.
Not necessarily seen him, but I mean, you've heard a couple of things about him. You know, he's like some sort of elven representative for this house. He is involved in the politics here, but he has no authoritative power over the magistrate.
Do you know? Does Foxfire have a family? Have you heard anything with his check that that he has kids? Like those are his kids with his history check? Like me asking Bosco, do you know that? Or anything about?
I'd say that he is aware that there are children within that residence.
So he wanted to
Whether
burn
they're
the place
not,
down.
whether or not they're his, it's a complete mystery.
Okay.
Well, maybe. I don't know if everyone's gonna be on board about this, but it could prove to be extremely effective in getting the information we want.
What
Let's use the kids as leverage against their parents.
Cedric gets very angry at that. Like, we do not torture, much less children.
I'm not torturing them. You just hide them for a bit.
We do not touch the kids.
Hide them for a bit.
Cedric gets very angry at that.
Nixel pipes up at this point and says,
You can give me an intimidation check.
I would. Actually,
Even though Bosco said not.
it's
Got
even.
it.
Even. Just the mention.
But he said,
of
I'm not
the children.
torturing.
14.
Give me a charisma save, Bosco.
11.
So yeah, you definitely, as you're sort of speaking this out, and you can see Cedric getting kind of like piping hot on this subject matter, and you instantly sort of like find yourself kind of recoiling the idea.
Can I react?
You can react, yes.
You better cool off over there, pal.
You're one to talk. You're talking about children,
Now
man.
hold on a second.
I've about had enough of you. I'm gonna slide the flyer on the desk.
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Holy
As we're like drinking coffee, like spit it out when I see that picture.
You've pushed me over the edge.
Can
You're gonna.
But
Aren't you
aren't you
the
intimidated?
flyer.
Can he do that
What?
as a reaction to being intimidated?
He
What
can-
is he
can.
sleeping?
Yeah, he can.
He's recoiling the idea that he just came
Okay.
up with, but then he reacted with a different way to solve a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I wanted, when he reacted with his intimidation, can I do an insight check on that? Did that seem like it came from personal hurt? Wait, his Cedric's
Yeah,
reaction.
roll insight, yeah.
Wow, insightful.
That's a modified 1.
Nice.
I rolled above a
Just give me a
3.
persuasion roll or a deception roll.
Who
and-
knows? Who knows?
And as long as it's on that one, you're golden.
You're like,
It's a 12. Wait, persuasion. It's a 16.
You see,
I'm
you
just
see,
eating
you
at
see
the
Arik,
door.
I was about to say that. You see Arik pick this meat up, and he's just got this massive hole in it, and he's just looking at it. It just completely doesn't get it.
Can I do a different insight check? Can I look at Cedric's face when the pages slide right across to see if it's more of like shock, scared, or like oh shit type of deal? To know that I can connect the two pretty much, even though it looks
Yeah,
the same
sure.
and
So
stuff
you
like that.
slide this thing out. You guys clearly see this image of the man sitting next to you. Give me an insight check.
Once the moment Cedric clocks the poster, he grabs it. So it's not in the open.
I got a 15.
15.
that's not sus
Give
at
me
all.
Don't
based on your reaction,
Yeah.
It just
you
grabs
choose
it.
Okay.
to sort of act out either persuasion or deception. Your choice. He rolled a 15 on insight.
On what is he inciting?
Your reaction.
Your
to
reaction.
Less
the-
than my passive insight.
but don't
pers-
tell us what you're,
Yeah.
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're
okay.
doing. Okay.
Yeah.
A nat 20.
Gosh.
Okay, but
Gosh, you're gonna get
also,
yourself out of this.
So you guys see him pass this flyer across the table. You guys see the image quickly, and then it's immediately snatched up by Cedric. And what do you do with it?
I neatly fold it.
What do you say?
And I put it in my pack, knowing everyone saw it. And I say, I look at Bosco seriously, because he's kind of taken aback by this a little. He mutters to himself, and if anyone wants to do a check on that, you're allowed to, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's.
Everyone.
Okay.
Is it
We're all
language
looking
or
at
just
it.
in common?
A common.
That's going to be a perception check for everyone.
Fuck.
Oh my.
Oh crap.
Complete opposite. Natural 20.
Ooh!
Nice.
I got a.
I got a
What are we
21.
doing? Perception?
Yeah.
20. Dirty 20.
Just
Do I do a
give
roll for
me,
anything at that point?
Yeah, because you can still meet a nat 20 for, I guess,
Actually,
keeping it hidden. Give me a stealth check.
actually,
Totally missed this.
real quick, I do want to mention I do have a -1
No
for my
way.
perception. So natural 20, but it is a -1. I don't know if that
It's
affects
a
it.
critical success.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20 for stealth.
But I got a dirty 20. Meets it, beats it. So.
Means a bit, that's true.
Yep, so anyone that rolled a 20 or higher, what do they...
I muttered under my breath, I thought I had more time. So as I fold it and I put it away, I mutter that to myself. I look at Bosco and I say,
Whoever rolled that clocks that.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think when the paper slid across, I was like drinking my coffee and probably like started to spit it out because I think seeing that I would remember what happened on the ship that we had seen it, but I like forgot about after I talked to him, and that like jogged my memory. And then hearing you talk about, it was just me and you, right, that heard it? What he said?
Yes.
Me and you.
Actually, you do see.
Bosco
You see
Clark.
me stop.
Bosco,
You see me
Bosco.
stop eating a hole into this piece of boar, and I finally, I very quietly put thing down, and I actually start to pay attention.
I would say fine.
I think I would immediately be like,
well, I'm talking to Bosco at this point still.
right, but we
I'm
heard what
answering.
you
But we're
said.
still. I'm now locking.
Yeah,
my,
yeah, yeah.
But you
my
know I got
eyes
no
on you,
manners.
yeah.
You know I got no manners unless I knew them. I'd be like, more time for what? What's going on, Cedric? That looks like that paper we saw on the ship.
As I put the flyer, the poster away, I hear what you're saying, but I look at Bosco and I say, I look at Bosco and I say, now's not the time for this. And I look at the group and I say, actions speak louder than words, and I hope my actions have spoken enough for me to buy me a chance to explain this not here.
So, when would be the time for this? You don't want it here, or you're talking about time as
And
in
I look around to see if has anyone seen this commotion in this group.
I mean, I'm a little bit concerned now that I'm hiding a criminal.
With your passive perception, there's the prying eyes in here aren't too many. You guys haven't been super rowdy or anything. No one's really yelling or anything. There was a brief moment where you got kind of angry, but it ended pretty quickly. So people aren't necessarily paying attention. They're too busy working.
Okay. Well, then I say, just not here. There's too many people. Again, I hope my actions have warranted your trust for at least a little longer.
Just know you owe us an explanation.
And you will get your exclamation. you will get an explanation. One that you will fully believe.
I'm fine with that.
Regardless, there's no use in quarreling. It seems we have come to an impasse with what to do about this Foxfire's den. So we need to come up with some new ideas.
Before we do that, I do feel I should mention something. I had forgotten a piece of my conversation with Lindis due to the migraine. He also spoke rather cryptically about the jurors or the jury running amok. This was in the same line when he was referring to the cult of the devouring flame. I feel a couple times those terms have been brought up in isolated incidents.
What's the name of the cult again?
Devouring flame.
Devouring flame.
Cult of the devouring.
Yes.
I love some cults.
Does the juror or jury actually, does that ring a bell in anything I've seen, whether historically or arcane?
Give me a religion check.
Well, right back to its usual. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, 7.
No. I've tried to think about it this morning, but nothing has come to mind.
I can't say I've heard either the name of the jury or the cult of the devouring flame.
Not here in Agaros, at least.
But elsewhere.
No. Not here in Agaros.
Understood.
I do need to meet with a man, Applefoot. He's a medicine man here. He should be by the refugee camps. I've been meaning to talk to him for some time now about this disease that's been running rampant.
He's on the way to the Savannah if you want to go out to the Savannah and get the boar. So I don't think we have a plan at all to go into this residence.
Well, I think we need to scout the residence a little bit more before we decide to infiltrate it. So I think going after the boar is our best choice right now.
I think it could get us more information on everything that's going on here.
We want to take a group vote?
Either way, I think we're all in kind of an agreement that we're going after the boar. I don't think we should waste more daylight just
I'm in
voting.
agreement with that for sure.
Plus, being out in the savannah will give Cedric the privacy he needs to explain some things.
Cedric straightens up at that comment.
We'll have a powwow
Doesn't say
in
anything.
Savannah.
No, not even the tea's finished.
Spit it out.
He would never.
At this point, I'm just like licking the food off my fingers and just not carrying the conversation anymore.
But
I start to drift
think
out.
if we do kill this boar, I agree with you that we will have not necessarily more influence within the town, but more prestige, and that might grant us an audience with the other issue that we have.
Yeah, maybe we can use the boar and like celebrate our kill to get him with Foxfire.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Be like, hey man, look, like we're here to help. We got a boar.
Plus more money.
to
Always
Applefoot
want
then.
more money.
Let's go.
Out to the refugee camp, to the Savannah. Is there anything that we need to buy within town before we leave?
So you
Perhaps
guys,
some tools.
yeah,
Baby
you guys
rations.
You guys know that you're potentially looking for lavrosite, and you're potentially going to be carrying back some heavy tusks if you manage to do some killing.
And boar
So,
And
yeah,
pour me
so
in.
you'd at
A
least want
cart.
a cart, and you'd at least want something to pull it,
Oh, God.
and you would want a pickaxe
Here we
for
go
the
again with the
lavrosite.
cart and
Okay.
Eli protecting the cart.
All right. So I guess
Well,
like where do we
actually-
go for those things, Bosco?
Actually, Nixel would pipe up and recommend that a pickaxe might not be the best way to get the lavrosite extracted, as it doesn't seem to do well with force.
Vibration.
Fair enough.
Maybe we can either ask your underground contacts if we could borrow a cart or potentially rent one, since we're low on coin, instead of just buying one outright.
You
That
want to
probably
just?
makes the most sense.
I mean, do you just want to borrow it and return it when we get the chance?
Yeah.
As long as
from
we
your
can.
underground contacts? Yeah.
I mean, if we never return it, like
That's the them
We
problem.
don't steal
I like
either.
you. I like you more.
I
You're
wouldn't
with the
class-
wrong group.
I was gonna say, this is above table. It's not really stealing. I mean, they definitely stole it from somebody else.
We're
so
still
we're just
borrowing it.
We're
Just
repurposing it
If
for
you,
a
if
better.
you take a library book and never return the library book,
I'm still
Guess
reading
what?
it.
You have hundreds of thousands of dollars in.
I don't want to hear it from a wanted man, alright?
you don't know if it's even true yet.
Doesn't
Wait,
matter.
when you're talking about his underground contact, you're taling about the crow's vigil?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that. I'm like, did I miss something?
We must.
Okay.
We might be able to find a cart down by the docks where we unload all the goods.
Would the Crow's Vigil even let you borrow something? Because I thought you like got out of there and they.
I mean,
I'm just asking. I don't know how stingy
Am
they
I
are if
able
you're
to
not
pull
still
a cart
working for them.
alone?
Pull a cart alone?
Yes.
Yeah, without any stuff in it.
Okay.
It would be pretty taxing to pull it yourself, especially through a savannah.
Well,
Well,
here's my goal, or my idea.
I can go down to the dock because I'm still in my Crow's Vigil attire. They think I'm in the gang. You know, I'll just go there. It's my shift right now. I'll just go down there like everything's status quo and pull the cart away. And then, you know, we get it in an alley and Zorceros just off we go with the cart.
We're not stealing the cart and getting unwanted heat on us.
We're gonna
Bosco.
return it.
Yeah,
Are
tell
they-
that to the Crow's Vigil.
Does the Crow's Vigil put markings on their property?
You would know no, because most of it's looted.
Wait,
It's stolen
guys.
as it is. So who's to say someone didn't
I
steal
don't
it
see the
back?
problem with stealing from like smugglers and kidnappers. And
Yeah,
that shit.
there's no-
So-
there's no-
Cedric is not. Someone's gonna have to roll
Cedric,
persuasion
you're
on
not
me.
gonna go down to the docks. You can stay up here.
He knows it's happening
Well,
now.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to get your
Someone's
hands
gonna
a
have to
little
persuade
dirty.
me. You're gonna have to roll persuasion on me, or Cedric's gonna stop it.
No. We're gonna fight, okay? I'm not about to grapple you. No, I'm just kidding. We are not getting into this right now.
He has. I was gonna say, if you command, he'll make you grovel.
Cedric, would you not agree that a neutral action for a good intent is better than nothing at all?
Do you really think the Crow's Vigil will just be okay with the missing
Ooh, I
cart?
forgot.
Yes, they will.
What did we say? Persuasion?
Because
What makes you think that?
because Macy Shadow Mouse, the sister or
Yeah.
whoever she is related to the head of it, and she told us to go deal
Right.
with this.
That's
And
what I
on
was
Now
top
this
of
is a
that-
different story.
Right, that's
Now
what I
we
was
are no
gonna
longer
say
stealing
too.
it.
Like
Now
we
we are
technically
borrowing
could
it.
say that we need this
We
stuff
are
because we're working.
requisitioning it.
Macy
That's
lended
a
it to
different
us.
story. Using Macy's influence to borrow a cart is one thing.
Genius.
Walking down to the docks, taking a cart and walking away is another.
You probably should have led with that, Bosco.
Oh, I didn't think of it.
They're both okay. Whatever. They're
It's a
both
brilliant
related,
idea.
and
I
I
didn't
rolled
come up
a
with
24 on persuasion.
Or I willingly failed because that story is okay for Cedric. Using Macy as a what's it called? Mediary.
You okay
As a
with being
scapegoat.
deceptive?
Scapegoat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, as Gax is
Basically.
thinking, what Bosco's going to do is straight up what he said. He's just going to walk down, take a cart, and leave, not talk to anyone.
Right.
Or
Right.
do what he
If
But
we
I
get
mean-
caught,
is still
we
But
say
that is
it.
a thought.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
something if we got caught, we could always say
Cedric
that.
thinks
Exactly.
the best of everyone in the group, so he's thinking the best possible scenario.
Okay, so the plan is, Bosco, you're gonna go down to the port side and try and finagle a
I'm just
cart.
gonna grab a cart, like it's.
Like you,
It's
you
my
own it,
job.
like it's your job.
Wait, but would the Crow's Vigil have already? Would they have already told?
No.
Like those people that walk into
Would
the
they have already
movie theaters with the
told
high-vis
like
vest.
about that you've been kind of
like
let go
a-
or
As long
released
as
from your-
Inago isn't there, I don't think anyone will.
But is Inago there?
And I
Wait,
don't think
but
Inaga's going
Inaga's the one that let you
to
go.
care.
He fired me. Yes.
Well, he
let
didn't
you
fire
go.
How did he let you
Oh,
go?
let me go.
Like nicely because of
It's
whatever
like you're,
happened.
yeah.
But who's the
like
head
you're
of the Crow's
relieved.
Vigil again?
Corey.
Corey.
Court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Court's
Well,
not
you
going to
need-
be at the docks.
Yeah, what's the chance of
I know, but I just know I didn't know if
Undercover
he had
boss style?
told other people, like
Yeah,
in
should
the
be
Crow's
funny.
Vigil, to be like, "Hey, Bosco's out of here," so like, no funny business.
dropped a magical disguise? It's for me the whole time.
His magical status is just a horrible
What?
I was gonna say,
mustache.
you need.
So you're heading
I say,
down.
yeah, we've got
It's
disguise
Bosco's
kit.
mustache.
I have a disguise kit.
Oh, you're going disguised.
Well, I'm just saying I do have that
I
if
don't
you
wanna-
need it,
I
but
don't want
like,
to waste that quite yet. I'm just gonna. I'm dressed.
So you're gonna walk down there, leave the. So the rest of you are staying here.
They need to be in like a back alley so I can like
well, I
get it out. And then they
Isn't
can
the
take
isn't the plan like for him to
Well,
just
the-
get it
the
away from
carts in
them
that
and then
situation
start
would already have
be
horses
the muscle and
attached
actually
to
push it away?
I feel like somebody should
So I gotta
go
do animal handling.
near him at least. Not, I get that he's wanting to be like he's Crow's Vigil and just goes and takes it, so not somebody like right next to you, but like nearby enough that if shit went down, you
No,
could like
Nixel-
try
I
to
think
distract
our
or
go-to,
like,
to be
so,
honest
you know what
with
I
you.
mean? Like
Nixel
somebody-
pipes up and says, "Why doesn't someone just disguise themselves as Korak?"
But why? But he said
I
Quark wouldn't be down.
Don't believe any of us have magical means to disguise ourselves. Oh, you do.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Argo does. I know this guy's
Art
kids.
raises his paw or his
Guys,
claw.
you're
Jax just kind of looks at you and just is like, you're not gonna go down there.
Would
and
they
do
be
that.
down there with Mace and Borg? I feel like, yeah, they wouldn't really
Probably
be down
not.
there. No.
I feel like me and you have the same idea in our head of like, if you were to disguise yourself, it would never be as somebody like Korg. It'd be as like somebody like disheveled, so that nobody would pay attention to. So
Which is
Here's
exactly what
a-
happened.
Here's
Yeah.
maybe, here's maybe a better idea that you two go, like, stronger guys get the cart away, but I can go, like, bluff and distract a Crow's Visual member on the dock so they're not looking.
No, I think if you and somebody who can handle the animals well just goes with you, would be fine.
I got +2 animal handling.
I will do it.
I'm gonna say,
Come on,
I'll
Magic.
go with him.
Imagine
for
a
if he needs
character
any
say this.
distraction or stuff, but like,
I will do it.
You can handle an animal.
I can handle animals, and I'm. We have a sandcastle.
Gax raises
Look
his
at
hand and
that.
goes, I can just talk to them.
Animals don't like
I'll just talk to them and just bring them. If that makes it easier.
Slow
But they
them
still
down.
need handling.
I mean, if I just tell them, hey, we're gonna go do something.
Give
do you
them a
wanna
little
come with?"
whistle.
Yeah, exactly.
Come over here.
wait, so we're doing all
I like
this. How
that.
much does a cart even cost?
Like 300
A lot.
gold.
Really?
No, carts,
Oh, what?
carts themselves are not that much. They're only about 15 gold.
To
Okay.
rent?
Oh.
To rent?
I mean, obviously, I'm all for
buy.
like
Oh,
a
that's
bonding
gross.
activity
Yeah.
and not
That's
paying, but I'm like,
actually-
we have to.
We can pull that.
Yeah, we can, but
we
th-
can.
But
gotta
this
save
is no,
money.
this is a great
This is
bonding
juicy.
experience for
Yeah.
everybody. So yeah,
You committed.
We're-
we
I'm
can pay.
aware.
We
I'm
can pay
aware
if we
that-
need
Can
to, but like,
Cedric
let's. I would love not
roll
to
an
use money.
insight or
if we-
history check or something to know the price of a cart, or can he just know the price?
You would already know the price of a cart. A cart's like usually to own a cart. It's just like a basic cart.
What about the
like
horse?
this, with no top or anything. That's like 15 gold.
What
Okay,
about the
then-
horse? The
then-
horse
but
included.
those aren't
Then
the
how
carts
much
we're
is
gonna
the-
take.
The draft horse to
Yeah.
pull it would be 50.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you could rent horses.
That's too much. Too much work. We gotta get to Savannah today.
We do.
All right.
We're wasting time.
Okay, how about
so
us?
just gonna
Let's,
knock
how about me and you go with Bosco?
I
'Cause-
think he was
Oh,
saying
no,
he
he's
could
going.
just talk to the animals.
I can just.
But for the
Do
cart,
you
I
want
mean,
me to just
is
go
that what,
and
are you
make
guys
sure
are
the coast is
attaching the
clear?
animals to the cart?
Let's just go.
Let's
Let's
go.
just go.
I
Let's
assume
go.
So-
that the animals are already tied up to the
Yeah.
cart.
Oh,
Well, let's
gotcha.
hope. Let's
Okay.
hope.
Okay.
If
I'm
not,
thinking
I'll
it was
tie him
by
up.
itself.
Alright.
So you two are heading towards the docks.
Yeah.
The rest of you are sort of just chilling, or
Can
you
I-
guys
can
coming
I
along
go
and
Are you
and-
waiting,
corner?
at, are you waiting at the outskirts of the whatever?
Do what you want.
Do we need
Okay.
any other
Your free will.
stuff?
Yeah.
Supplies, whatever.
Let's say it's
So
your
we're
life.
Yeah, I guess we're all going with it. Just
If
stay
you
at
guys
the
need
outskirts.
supplies, the wobbly sack is open.
Ooh.
I would say if there's anything in particular people need, whatever, we
Pull
can
up
be
with
doing
the
that
cart,
while
load up
to
the
save
cart.
time
Yeah, I
while
would
you
like
guys are
to-
doing that.
Yeah. I don't know if I have money for that. Never mind.
How many components for this? Sick. Oh.
So we just all going together?
I-
But they're doing the
heist.
Well, I
Anything,
think the
Gax,
rest of
you
us
need?
should hang back.
Yeah, I don't think we all should go either. That's why I'm like, does anyone need anything? Does anybody have any ideas of what you want or will need for this trip? Because we can go do that.
Who doesn't have like things to sleep, things to eat?
I have all.
I have all of my needs. I will
Right
say,
now,
I,
you guys have no idea
I mean, right.
how long it's gonna take out there.
in that case, I
Yeah.
do try to, I try to shop for a healer's kit,
Healer's kit.
and that's all I need.
Cedric is slightly
it's gonna be
offended at
5
that.
gold.
5 gold.
Yeah.
I gladly pay it. This is gonna be well worth its
How
money.
how long do ration does one ration last?
One ration lasts one day.
One day.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. Cedric wants to buy more rations.
Alright.
think I have like
Rations.
Yeah, where am I looking at? Oh, I got one.
We can find food out there.
Rations.
Oh,
Like my survival
Maybe
skills are
5.
probably my best thing.
Shit. Sorry.
You said it's how much?
No,
Five.
not gold. I think 5. Where is it? I just had it. 5 silver.
Okay, I'm gonna buy one because I already have a bunch.
Can I, instead of going to the wobbly sack, can I go to that, like, is it the flower? The herb place. I'm blanking on the name.
The Hollow Hex?
Or
You want the magic shop or just like?
The nest?
Oh, you want
Dink
Dinks.
Dink Dank Shrooms.
Yeah.
You want Dinks Dank Shrooms and such.
yeah, you want shrooms, baby.
I
forgot how good that name was.
And the only thing that I'm looking for is Draffy.
Draffy?
Yeah, Draffy.
Wait, so have we left the? Are you
Yeah,
there
I
alone?
would assume you guys are sort of like.
Okay, then on the way out. Oh,
Draffy's gonna cost. You get to in there and Bo Dink is looking disheveled. He's just obviously like, kind of. He's probably dropped something. He's looking around on the floor for it. He pops up. He's like, Draffy, that's gonna be 2 copper.
2 copper. Okay.
You just want 1?
No, if it's 2 copper, I think Gaxby is 20.
Oh my gosh. So that's gonna be 2 silver.
Yeah.
wait.
I'm
what?
gonna plop 2.
silver?
Yeah.
How many copper is a silver?
10. It's
So
10, 10,
4
and 10.
He wanted 20.
He wants to buy.
Yeah, and they cost 2 copper each. That's 40 copper. Wouldn't that be
Oh,
4
yeah,
silver?
Yeah. 4 silver.
I was
Gee,
about to say.
thanks for making me pay more money.
Also, to know,
I can't now.
as we're leaving, if there's gonna be a fireplace somewhere in the wobbly slash the raised roof, right? There's a fireplace somewhere.
Yeah.
As we're walking out, I throw the poster in the fireplace.
Do we see that? Can I see if we
Oh,
see
you
that?
don't.
Nah,
You
because I put my eyes
don't.
on the Cedric.
He's gonna
That
act
was
all
sneaky.
holier
Give me
than
stealth,
thou.
Stealth check first.
But what
Holier than thou, throwing out the evidence.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
What a sneak.
Said.
20. Oh, no.
Yeah, not now.
Stealth.
Get out of here.
25.
He and I are gonna have some serious
Perception
problems.
checks.
No, I'm
Well,
not
we
gonna
still
fucking see
remember.
this.
I feel like we wouldn't forget, obviously, because
No.
we all had a big thing
No.
about it. We just seen that he threw it out. Like we
No
know.
way. I had a
Do you
dirty
remember-
20.
You heard? Did he tell you what it said? Like what it was wanted for when you guys had your
He
discussion?
DM said everyone saw the face. No one read it.
But I meant like
but
them two. Not
Oh,
that we
I'm
know them
assuming
right
that.
now.
I
But
just
them
read
two.
Cedric assumed Bosco read it, but
I've had it for quite some time, but I don't think it listed off a crime, did it?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just
I don't
saying
Just
wanted
said
by
one-
the
one
church.
to-
I don't get it.
above table it did
I'm-
list the
I rolled-
crimes.
I have a
And
10.
last session,
A
that
10?
him.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
really?
Oh, heresy, that was it.
You
Yeah.
find the right time where everyone's sort of like getting their stuff together, and as they're walking out the door, you just make the cleanest toss into the fire. And just goes up in
Disgusting.
flames.
Disgusting.
They don't even
behavior.
know it happened.
No one else
If-
really rolled for
If
it.
Argar saw it, he would have respected it.
While I'm at least still in the shrooms place,
yourself.
talking to I forget the proprietor's name, but
Bodink.
Bodink.
Yes.
Do you have any recipes for sale?
Recipes? What kind of recipes are you looking for?
I'm looking for 2 different ones. I'm looking for one that can heal and one that can alleviate exhaustion.
Unfortunately, I think we've been those kind of been used up in fighting the plague.
Oh, I'm not looking for the potions themselves. I'm looking to buy the physical recipe from you so I can make them myself.
Oh. Well, it's not necessarily a recipe. It's just the availability of the item. Because I can. It's just a decoction. I'm sure you know how to do that. Obviously, you showed me your notes earlier. It's a matter of finding it actually, than actually sharing the recipes.
I see. Gax leaves very annoyed. Because he's thinking this guy's just a fucking sham. He's like, this guy is a joke.
You, based on your interaction with him and the notes that you traded, he got way more out of those notes than you did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At least I kept all my secret shit to myself, so that's good. At least.
Fair enough. Yeah, you wouldn't have shown him like your like
Yeah.
special ones.
No.
But he definitely wrote down more of your stuff than you
Wrote
if you
down
took
it.
note of some of his
Yeah.
stuff. You were just being friendly.
I feel like in his notes it has like a picture of a mushroom, and the note literally writes, "This is pretty," and that's it. Doesn't give a description of it, like doesn't tell you like where he picked it or anything like
He
that.
is
It's just, "This is
smart.
pretty."
Like he does work it out. It just takes him he doesn't have the natural talent you do.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Mr. Regal.
Nixel bought 1 bedroll and 2 days of rations.
So that's gonna be 2 days of rations.
It's 2 gold for
Yep.
all of that.
I have 4.
Oh, you looked it up already?
Yeah, I
Cool.
did it already.
2 gold.
I know, but I think he's.
Man's is poor.
Oh
I'm
my
over here
God.
with 4 silver.
How much were the rations?
Gotta make it work.
Can I clock
five
Nixel
silver.
not being able to afford things?
The exchange rate of the fake currency is like terrible.
Like, is he like looking through this empty pouch to pay things?
I don't know. It's Nixel.
I was gonna say the
You
fake
can't
currency
tell.
isn't even
He's
currency.
got too much
it's like just
jingle
air.
jangle
Too
going
much
on in
things
his-
jingling to know if it's coins
the
or gears.
or the gears and coins that kind of
That's
make
true,
the
that's
same
fair enough.
jingle. So
Can I
you
tell?
can't tell.
Can I tell in his face if he's looking around for coins around? Like, is he going like this or something?
But it'll like calculate.
Are you?
He knows where his coins are. You know?
Okay,
so-
okay. I won't push it.
He's
So-
constantly like feeling like the stuff in his pockets and stuff, so he
Oh.
knows exactly what a coin feels like
Okay.
versus a gear.
I mean, I'd hope gears are like sharp on the outside.
Yeah, so he doesn't have too much trouble
Oh,
finding
okay.
the coins. That's all I'm
Cool.
saying.
So you guys finish up your shopping errands and you meet back. The main group sort of like, I guess, hidden away.
Yep.
Sort of just waiting on the other two to complete what they were trying to do.
I'm staying closer with them.
We have the
Just
same.
within
I'm gonna
eyesight.
be like
Within
guard. Yeah.
Cool.
Won't be the.
No need for
Backward.
stealth checks or anything. You just look like you're sort of just chilling on a couple of barrels, or you find a couple of benches to sit at and sort of
Is-
just waiting there.
Is Bruce's porridge stand nearby?
You see Bruce sort of strolling up with his shabby porridge stand sign in the back as he starts to like undo things, and you see him as he opens up one of the lids on like this like wooden cart. You can smell it
The
coming
porridge?
out, and it's actually fresh this time. So, what's a smell that Cedric feels is basic?
Basic?
Basic.
Ooh, oregano.
Oregano.
Alright.
So you get a strong whiff of like carrots mixed with like oregano.
Mm.
It's
Very
some sort of
basic
carrot
spice
porridge.
herb. Yeah. Something everyone has.
As it sort of wafts through, you guys all kind of get this scent sitting on a bench or wherever you're sitting on the sidewalk, or obviously people are moving back and forth. You two, what are you guys doing? You guys see as you're sort of like traversing this area, you find yourselves at a cart. It's attached to a donkey that is just sort of chilling there, waiting for orders. There's a couple of barrels that are still being unloaded from it.
That's the only cart there. Is one being unloaded?
There's a couple of carts all over the place, but
And have
most of them
donkeys.
have a couple of things on them. You could obviously find ones that are more empty than others.
Which one has any have horses and not donkeys on them?
Most of them have donkeys. Let me roll and see if. I guess we'll do. Yeah, I rolled a 4, so
Donkeys.
pretty much
it is.
donkeys. Yeah, it's going to be local road travel. It's not going anywhere distant. So
Do you want to take one that is empty? One that has stuff on it? We don't know what could be on it. There could be leverside on one of these. Or we could just help unload the one and then take it and say, oh, thanks, guys, and leave.
That's probably our best bet. And-
The last option.
Yeah.
You want me to go up and help him unload it?
Yeah.
And
I
then,
do.
And then I'll. Okay.
Manual labor.
Yeah. So while he goes up to help, in the middle of the street, Gax is going to ritually cast a spell. So I don't think I spend a spell slot if I'm ritually casting, right?
Yeah, but usually
No,
it takes time.
It takes 10 minutes.
Yep, that's fine. I'm assuming it's going to take him some time to unload everything anyway. So I'm going to sit down, and you would see Gax, like, he puts his staff over his lap, and he's, like, drawing, like, a massive constellation in the sky for fun, pretty much. And I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals. But the constellation that you see when he finishes is like a lizard folk kind of reaching down, and there's like a little squirrel in front of him. So like that's the constellation that he's drawing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. You're sitting down doing the ritual. Bosco, you approach this cart. You can see a couple of other halflings that are sort of like unloading it. You can see some of them with like the blackbird tattoo on their necks. A couple of them have it on like the back of their head, like if they're bald or whatnot. You see some on their forearms. So yeah.
What do we got here today, boys? We got a good shipment of some lavrosite.
Lavrosite, what's that?
I heard it's some kind of stone. These
No,
bucks.
no stones.
What is it then? Some ale, wine?
Well, we got some imported some wine.
Ooh.
We got some beets and a couple of just some iron goods.
We should steal some of that.
So nothing too much of value, huh?
Nah.
Okay. I'll help you unload it though.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're stationed here?
Oh yeah. I work under an Argo.
Oh, an Argo.
Yes.
Alright. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. As you guys take the next 10-ish minutes to sort of unload it.
Thank you. I'll go park the horse now.
Sure.
Or the donkey. I'll go.
Saves me a trip.
Yeah, I'll go tie him up over here, don't you? I'll be right back.
So he sort of like starts to move off. What are you doing?
I'm taking the donkey and the cart
So you
in
take
the
the
direction
reins
of
off of the.
We're taking it off and we're going.
Are you taking the donkey with you?
Yeah. You want us to walk a cart everywhere? No, the donkey's
You
coming.
should have took some
Alright.
beets for the donkey to eat.
You see this happening. He's sort of like undoing the reins. You kind of clock that he got the okay to move this cart, and you see the other guy kind of walk off and start to do more work somewhere else. What are you doing as you finish your spell?
Gax will. I don't want to like go right up next to Bosco, so I'll probably stay like 10 feet away or something like
Okay.
that. I'll address the donkey. Oh God.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. We're going on an adventure. Do you want to come?
Oh, of course.
Hell
I
yeah.
love adventure.
Hell yeah. Then let's go.
Did we get a good one?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. You would love this one, Bosco.
Where are we going?
The Savannah.
Oh, it's a savannah.
I think the.
What's a savannah?
You're gonna find out.
Can you ask him his name? I gotta know his name.
I'm getting some
Do you have a
Bartholomew
name?
vibes.
Bones.
Bones.
Oh, it rhymes with Bosco.
No, it doesn't.
Sure. Gax is like kind of standing there thinking like, what did I just do? And I think the best part is I'm addressing you in common. I'm straight up speaking donkey to this donkey.
You're like singles.
Yeah. It's probably like the most weirdest experience you've ever had because a lizard folk just eoing at this donkey.
You got the beats.
Oh,
I pull out some rations from my bag and I just give it to him instead. Yeah,
This is not on social media.
You guys totally see this all happening where Gax is speaking some weird donkey language and he pulls out this like ration and just starts feeding this donkey.
Yeah. As soon as that's done, I willingly drop the spell.
Oh man.
Yep, and then I'm just... Let's go.
After that, it's just... He's still trying to talk to you and then nothing happens.
No.
We all
I'm good.
we all saw this from afar. We all saw that from afar.
Yeah.
Cedric 100% thinks that Bosco was like, "Hey, we're here to pick this up for Macy Shadow Mouse," and they said, "Okay." Cedric does not know that he just straight up stole this card.
You will never know otherwise.
No one
really won't.
No one tells me.
I,
So
for
yeah.
one, am not complete. I am not surprised at all with Gax's interaction.
You now have a donkey and a cart. Donkeys can carry about 225 pounds.
So you can't...
You can't even ride the cart.
So they are not for transporting people, but they can transport a good amount of goods.
They can pull the 200 or so pounds, or they on
that
their
including
back?
They can pull 225 pounds at a normal speed without getting exhausted
Well,
for 8
The
hours.
back. Can a halfling ride a
A
donkey?
halfling could, yeah. It can totally carry a halfling for a while. It just can't carry Zarzaros
He can carry
for
8
very
of us,
long.
right?
Yeah,
But is that-
he would get tired carrying Zarzaros.
But is that
I think
225
Jojo's
including the cart weight?
Yeah.
Well, I can do that.
But the carts aren't, they're not huge carts. They're not that heavy. It's not a wagon.
Okay.
As we're walking towards the group, Gax will turn to you, Bosco. I think I might have an idea to switch out this donkey for 2 horses.
What is it?
Oh, we sell the donkey to the horse guy, and we just use that money to rent horses from him.
Rent and never return?
Well, if they die on the way, they die on the way. But we'll eventually have to give them back if they're still alive.
If we ever come back to this port,
Isn't your wife here?
I have some letters.
Yeah, I truly don't know how to respond to that. So I think,
Oh god.
I
as
like
like a
that
family
idea.
man like Gax himself is like, okay, and
I
I'm
kinda-
just gonna.
I kind of like it. He rents us the horses and we leave the donkey. That's an even trade.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that.
This is in front of the group, right?
No. We are walking.
Do you think
After the fight that I saw in the tavern, I was like, you know what? Let's not talk about this stuff in front of you.
They all think I'm some kind of crook. So how about you present the idea when the time comes?
How about we don't present anything to them and we just take them to the stables and do
At nighttime we come back with 2 horses.
it? No, not at nighttime. We need to go kill this boar today.
So how
Like-
about
As we're leaving, we will stop off at the stables and then we'll just trade and then we'll just keep going.
who's gonna willingly trade 2 horses for 1 donkey?
It's okay. We can figure that out when we get there. Because if we have to pay, we can just pay. At least we'll get it at a discount instead of just having a donkey that can't carry everybody.
Maybe you could lure the horses out.
I don't really want to cast a spell in the middle of the street for 10 minutes straight. That will definitely just draw more attention to
Well,
us.
we can think and walk to the refugee camp.
Just
We'll think
don't.
and walk.
Yeah.
My word is true.
Again, I really don't know how to deal with you. Gax was just about to things and just keep going.
While we're still waiting them to meet up with us, I do turn to the group that's with me. I've forgotten who currently possesses
the perfume of bewitching?
Czar.
I do.
It's okay, I'm not planning on partying right now. I wanted to bring it up because it might be something we will want to use when dealing with the Grey Withers situation.
Good thought.
It does have attributes that would benefit us in
I say it more quietly.
a interrogation.
We're like, hush, hush, everything we say now.
Well, yes, that sounds like a good idea. I don't think the boar is gonna need to be bewitched.
Right.
No, definitely not.
Oink, oink, motherfucker.
I do not understand you. Thus, I do not care.
I judge this boar guilty.
Well, I mean, you either use the bewitching to fuck the boar or not, so.
So where are you guys headed?
Okay.
We're going to the apple. We're gonna meet Applefoot, I think.
But you also
Oh,
need
they're
to go to the
alone.
stable.
You guys are. Or then where are we?
We're gonna walk by and meet you,
Oh.
and then we're all gonna go to Applefoot, right? And stop by the stable and then to Savannah.
Let's do that after our break.
Awesome.
And we're back. Quick note I wanted to make was on I was thinking of a pony that was 225. It is a donkey, so it can carry 420.
Oh.
And a horse can carry, like a draft horse can carry 540. So that maybe that changes y'all's thinking on whether or not you need to go to a stable and change out the donkey or not.
So the
Up to you
donkey's
guys.
420.
Yeah.
Unless labrosite.
What is it?
Labrosite is just like stone, right? Is that what we know?
Yeah, I mean, labrosite, it
Or
seems
stone?
kind of, it might be some kind of precious gem type thing, but it seems primarily more like a stone.
Okay.
And you don't need much. I mean, Nixel mentioned that Kieran or the Grey Withers were willing to pay 1,000 gold per pound of the stuff. So, I mean, we don't need tons of it.
Grey Withers were willing to pay
Yes.
for the labrosite.
Yes.
Okay. What you had told us.
Yes.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, so does that change any minds on whether you're going to the kind of like trade out the donkey for a horse or whatnot, or no?
I don't think we should bother.
I think the donkey's fine.
Yeah.
For 100 less, like, why do we need 500 pounds of meat? Labrosite, we're talking about a pound here, a pound there.
To fill the fridge for your girlfriend, man.
But we care more about the tusks, right, than the meat. I mean, yeah, we can bring the meat,
the
but what
tusks,
we
the
really
labrosite.
want is the.
Can I,
Labrosite.
can I
tusks.
roll a, whatever check it would be to, recall if Darley or her father have ever mentioned how labrosite should be extracted?
Because it's honestly new news to you, I would say there's not necessarily a roll needed. It's obviously if it was stated before, either you weren't really listening, or it was just something that went over your head, or you were too tired and distracted to pay attention. Could be
Sounds like
multiple
you've
things.
mentioned it to me. Alright.
Oof.
Okay.
Alright, so are we.
So you guys are headed towards
Anyone need anything
Danbury
else?
Applefoot then, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And
Alright.
towards the refugee camp.
Alright, so as you guys head outside of the city, you guys head out. Again, it's still a bit cloudy out today, but you can see that there's multiple cots of people that are just getting attention. Bosco, you obviously would be able to pick out Danbury Applefoot, knowing that the group is trying to find their way to him. And you find this halfling individual who's wearing some like rather like messy tunic on, with just some basic like briefs, or not briefs, but like just long pants, and he doesn't necessarily have like any like weird markings about him on his face or on his arms or anything like that. He seems genuinely concerned as you're sort of walking up and measuring him up and down, sort of like, what's this guy about? Does he actually care about these people or not? And you can see him sort of like tending to people's needs as they require. You give me a medicine check for the healers.
Also, as we walk into this this camp, can I do the same thing I did on the first night that we were in town and just cast Spare the Dying on whoever I see who's like wriggling in pain? Yeah, is that something I can do?
Yeah, sure.
And what was the check, sorry?
Medicine.
A 15.
Dirty 20.
Cool. Both of you sort of pick out that, like, they do not have good amount of supplies for all of these people.
Yeah.
Like, they're very low on supplies. They're doing whatever they can to sort of, like, make these people comfortable rather than actually healing them. So, yeah, Danry Applefoot's got this kind of, like, just sort of short mop of hair that comes down the front of his face, and he's got just a kind pale, not pale, but like lighter skin tone appearance to him. As you approach, he's sort of removing a couple of bandages and sort of like resetting them. You can see that the person in front of him is just covered in these boils and burn-looking aspects.
What time is it right now?
You guys spend a little bit of time, so it's probably like 9.
9, alright. Did you start the day early, helping out the unfortunate?
As he sort of stops in his steps, he turns around, he looks up, sees you. You must be Gax.
I am. It's nice to finally
I thought you were going to be here a couple of days ago.
We got kind of caught up in the town.
Fair enough, it is a busy town. I'm Danry Applefoot, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Gaxurod, pleasure.
CMO of the Crow's Vigil, but mostly it's just dealing the sick and dying. So,
did you receive my letter that I sent you?
I did.
Perfect.
We've done what we can to, obviously, you said something about using fire
Yes.
to burn the dead.
Yes.
Strange, but it seems to be helping slightly. We obviously can't, we're not going to be torturing the patients.
Of course not.
But
from what I found out about it, and I'm not sure if I put it in my letter or not to you, but it seems to be a parasitic disease. These parasites live within the boils and burn marks of the victims.
he takes a step back, he's like,
It is, well, I presume that it is transferred through bodily fluids, but the main problem is the drugs being brought in by the Crow's Vigil. They are the one that is one of the infectious points that is bringing in the disease.
what? Are you talking about snuff?
Yes.
So you say that snuff is what's causing this?
Well,
but it's not affecting anyone else? Because we distribute large. I mean, it's not just halflings.
What we have tried to figure out is we believe that this curse or disease is affecting different races differently. So
Okay. And does this have any relation to the Lacertilian plague?
to be honest with you, I don't know what started that particular plague, and it haunts me every day. But
you managed to fix it somehow, didn't you? That's why they brought you here.
I did fix it. I found my father, before he passed away, dedicated the remainder of his life to trying to figure out how to cure this disease that affected my people. And he did figure it out, but unfortunately the disease got him before he could spread the news, I guess.
He puts his hand kind of like on your forearm and looks up. He's just like, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I've made my own peace with it. So through his own research and my own research that I ended up doing alone, that's how the plague ended up being at least partially cured within the lizard folk. The ones that were too infected, it didn't really work too much on, sadly. But for your disease, and Gags tries to change the subjects very quickly. I believe either intense heat or intense cold on patients might also be a way to kill the disease. To either raise the people's body temperatures, not necessarily torturing them, but to a high enough point that can kill the parasites, or lowering their body temperature to the point that can kill the parasites within them.
I see. Well, this is news to me. I had no idea that there was some sort of parasite. How did you figure this information out?
Gax will reach into his pocket and pull out that infected pouch of snuff that he has.
Cedric shudders when he sees that.
He gives you a meaningful look, and proceeds to take it.
You ingest it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you get that normal spicy feeling. That's 3 points of radiant damage.
Yeah.
Another go of this, huh?
Seeing is believing.
Your charisma is boosted by 2.
Yay.
And then as you guys spend like the next it wasn't instant. It was like 30 minutes before you saw it. Like
That's
sort
fine.
of change and alter. You sort of sit there. You're walking back and forth, trying to like show him different like techniques and things of like how to care for these people, explaining how to possibly like use either regular fire or like magical fire because there are people there that can wield some healing magic, like thaumaturgy and stuff like that, to not burn or singe the patient and while dealing with the problem of the parasite. As that is going on, eventually you do get these like boils and acid burns that start to like pop up in different places.
When they start popping up, I'll look to Argar. Can you do it again, please? And I guess I'll take off my armor and all that type of stuff in case if it's all over my body.
While he's doing that, I'm assuming this is with the flail, right?
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'm also going to be unraveling the flail, moving it, and I do a quick mutter, and the flail starts to heat, like the ball of it starts to heat up, and I take halfway down the length of the chain. I just burn, almost like I basically touch the flail against the boils on your skin. Yeah.
As it sort of like gives that raw, intense heat to to that spot. It doesn't burn you, but like you can feel the sensation. You see like the little or the large boils start to like decrease in size and sort of like burn away. As he looks at it, he's like, remarkable.
Indeed.
But I'm not quite. Obviously, you are much more resilient in nature. I'm not quite sure it would suffice for us to be using this as a practice on halflings.
Not necessarily. You might be able to create some sort of sauna type of deal, like a heated room that might either be able to slow down the illness or hopefully completely kill it, depending on how hot it is or how willing people are to tempt it, because it's either death one way or death the other way.
I wonder if Bodink has any Firebloom. It could be possible.
I would recommend something arcane in nature that would line up with this.
I start to put away the weapon.
Did you say that the boils were all over my body, or is it just like up my arms?
No, I mean you would have seen like where they pop up first, and you would immediately take care of the problem.
Yeah.
But him talking about this Firebloom, give me a nature check.
Yeah. 21. Oh no, that's way higher. 23.
You know that Firebloom grows in savannas, but it's not easy to find. There's only one or two in random locations throughout, and they are easier to find at night.
Okay.
Because they have a bit of light-giving essence to them. They're a little bit fluorescent in the evening time. They're just a bright red flower with kind of like these like yellow pieces that come out of the middle. But they can be used to either light something on fire. They can be put into a tonic that can then heat the body up and make them feel warm. Multiple applications for it.
Okay. And again, when Gax like rolls up his sleeves for you to burn it, there wouldn't be any perception check, but everybody would notice that there are different like scarring just all up his arm. And you could probably assume that Gax has been testing stuff on himself for a very long time.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thank you for your help. Obviously, that's why they thought it was a good idea to bring you here. I mean, you have quite the name for yourself when it comes to healing in Agaros, so I will definitely send a message to Macy, and hopefully she can find some way of paying you for your services and your knowledge.
I don't need payment. I'm just happy to help my fellow.
Well, if it's
people,
payment you
friends.
don't seek, then additional reputation.
Give this to her so that she can hopefully locate the bad batches of this drug. And I'll place the infected pouch into his hand, but I'll make sure that it's sealed very tightly.
May I?
Yes, of
He
course.
takes it, sort of opens it up. It doesn't have that smell.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have that sweet, jovial smell. It smells metallic.
It seems like somebody has either put something else into it or has
It's fake.
changed the properties in some way. Well, it's definitely not fake. It has the exact same.
Does Korik know of this?
No, I don't believe so. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't trust him because he's the one that's bringing it here. But he may or may not know that this is one of the reasons for it. Or for the disease coming here. I just want to clear my own people's name.
Well, what do you think? Should I bring it up to Korik, or should I keep it on the down low for now?
Bring it up to Macy, I would say, so that she could be the one to bring it up to Korik.
Fair enough.
Yes. So that you can at least distance yourself by one person.
Alright. Is there anything else you guys would need?
Yes.
It seems you've got a cart and a mule with you, a large adventuring party. Are you going somewhere?
We are actually going out into the savannah, so thank you for reminding me that Firebloom can be acquired out there. Hopefully, on our journey, I can get one or two.
Yeah, no problem. It's possible Boding might have some, but he experiments on everyone, so it's probably not in stock at the moment.
Yeah, I regret sharing information, but it is what it is.
He laughs because obviously he knows that Boding's a bit of a nutcase.
We're actually going out to deal with this boar problem that the city has. Have you heard any whispers about how far out into the savannah this beast might be?
Well, that's the problem. We haven't had any reports back. So,
I see.
I know that he's not around close by. He's definitely at least a 2 days journey.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
There's going to be multiple beasts and things out there that may interrupt your travels, so just be wary. Keep yourselves, your eyes peeled. It seems that you've got a large party with you, so you should be okay.
Yes.
But I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Also, could you do me a favor and not mention this weapon that I carry? It is important that.
What weapon?
Thank you. Do you have anything that alleviates exhaustion by chance on you?
Unfortunately not.
I alleviate exhaustion.
Yeah, but I don't want.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but
spell slot.
I mean, you can see what I'm doing.
Yes, yes. Hopefully, the information that we brought will be useful in curing these the afflicted.
I'll send a message to Macy Shabamas right away.
Thank you. Thank you. Shall we go?
Let's
Set off.
You don't happen to have a map of the savannah, do you?
Oh, that's a big question.
Or surrounding areas?
That's a good call. That is a good call.
Let me roll and see if he has one. There's a 50-50 shot. So,
Medical officer.
Yeah, exactly.
a 10 or less, he does not.
I have satellite imagery.
I rolled a 5.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I mean, any of the adventurers that had anything, we haven't seen them since. It's getting harder and harder to adventure in these lands. Something is bothering them.
Do you know anyone? Sorry. Do you know anyone that might have last spoken with the most recent adventuring group? Maybe they have a general direction they went.
Welby Weatherby. That fat rascal.
I'm sorry?
Welby Weatherby. He usually spends his time in the nest. He's kind of a jackass.
I'm not going back to the nest. I'm not going back there. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants.
Interesting.
Will be Weatherby.
Thank you.
Certainly.
At this point, I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group.
Do we want to head back to the nest or make our own luck?
we've come this far.
Yeah.
Well, they said no one ever came back, so I
Yeah.
mean, he would have just talked to them probably before they went out, so I don't think we'll get much more.
It's a 2-day journey regardless.
Plus, he did say he was a jackass.
Yeah.
We need to get going.
Yeah, I feel like it's time that we
Yeah, I nod. I agree.
do something.
Cool. So you guys start to head out, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. As you guys get to the edges of where that you guys see that familiar line of just like land that isn't traversed very often.
Down to just straight up wilderness.
It's like a hard cutoff.
It probably is.
Town line.
It's like paved, and just grass.
It's like the guy gave up halfway. It's like just like a
Not my job.
Yeah.
As you guys are walking out, you guys are hit with sort of this, you can see on the horizon just sort of like casting over the savannah, that familiar savannah look of hues of just molten gold, that deep umber tone, that dark yellowish tone that's sort of on the horizon. There's that wind again that you guys feel that just starts to like course through your hair, if you've got any. And it stirs the tall grasses that are just in the distance. As you guys sort of are grouped up, the first thing that hits you is sort of the smell of the air. This dry, earthy, tinged with that faint bitterness of like a sun-scorched vegetation. Yeah, those dark grasses. And you also get this like hint of something floral. It just sort of teases at the senses a little bit. You hear behind you as you're sort of walking away, "Hey, wait!" As you guys turn around, you see running briskly is Darley.
Yeah, honey, what do you need?
Different spells were
You were just gonna leave without saying goodbye?
It's not a goodbye, it's see you later.
As she sort of like gets closer, well, I guess you're right. I brought you a snack or some lunch for the road.
Oh, thank you. I didn't buy rations. It's quite nice.
Yeah, I managed to scrounge up a few of extra things.
What's in the baggie?
Just your faves. I found some croissants.
I love that. Thank you.
She sort of, as she finally gets and approaches you and sort of like hands you the, like, it's wrapped in like this small like brown and green kind of like with a little bit of twine at the top, sort of like encloses it all together, and you can smell like just the fresh croissant smell
delicious.
coming out of it.
Darling, can I ask one last thing of you?
Yeah?
Want this lavricite? Do you know how to remove it? Chisel? Pickaxe?
I would think you just smash it.
Oh.
You gotta kind of like find your way and pick it out. It's not very big.
So just be gentle.
Gentle is better, yeah.
Okay.
Don't go full Bosco on it.
Well, thank you. Farewell.
I guess farewell. You know, Bosco,
Are you divorcing me or something?
no,
You
I'm
did
not-
say
I'm not
farewell.
divorcing you.
Are you dating, not married?
Yeah.
She looks to the group. And she says, make sure that he comes back in one piece, please.
I'll make sure of it.
We will.
We had a good talk last night.
He gets a lot of crap. He's teased a lot. But he's a good guy.
Yeah, some of you are finding out that I'm not gonna take being bullied.
You show them, babe.
Don't look at me.
You deserve respect, so you need to show them that.
Dorley, stop. You're gonna make me cry in front of my adventurers.
She sort of pulls you in a little bit, gives you like a quick kiss.
Oh.
I tip my kettle helm.
After you tip your kettle helm, she tips it back up, and like you guys sort of like get that feeling of like she embraces you like more, and then gives you a good smooch. As I'm assuming Bosco sort of just like pulls her and like does the little like classic.
Bosco.
Gosh.
I'll take liberties on that one. And she comes back up. She says, well then, be safe. Watch each other's backs. Bye, Bosco.
Better read up on how to prepare some boar. We're gonna have a lot of it.
Alrighty. I'm not sure what goes on board, but I'll figure it out by the time you're back.
Does Darley look like just straight up pregnant?
No, she's like a tiny bump.
Can I do a medicine check to realize that she's
What
pregnant?
would make you want to do a medicine
I
check?
don't know if you know or not, so I might as well figure this
I'm
out.
pretty sure we all knew.
Yeah,
said
wait.
it in front of
I've
everyone.
said
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Near the
yeah.
beginning he said
Put
something
a
about I put a
baby
baby
in
in her. He said
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's
I thought
right.
he said don't put a baby
Yeah,
in her.
'cause he was-
I put a
Oh
baby
my
in
God.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
she's
you
early
were there,
on.
right?
Yeah. Which is why she's kind of running over to you guys.
Yeah.
She can still do that.
Hey. She ran before, she can run. Third trimester, okay? A little bit of knowledge.
All right.
Fairies would know this, but apologies.
I'm using my male knowledge.
She can keep. Oh, don't start.
Damn.
Let's get back to the task.
Quit while
at
you're ahead,
hand.
Dad.
If she was active before, she can stay just as active.
Cool.
Pull just as much weight. This message has been brought to you by.
Good to know. So next time I don't need to go do all that.
Do all what? Let's not bring anything else up right now. You're getting yourself to the table.
All right. So yeah, as you guys sort of say your goodbyes, you guys carry on as a group. What do you guys? What's your traveling order?
I think Argo's actually
I'll
gonna
be at the front.
Okay. Argo's probably gonna hang closer to the back. Maybe not the last person, but somewhere in the middle
Right in the
back.
The cart that we nabbed, is it just like a cart that's attached to the donkey that you just lead ahead, or is it something that you sit in and you...
It's one that you just lead the donkey with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question for you: how tall are these grasses?
I mean, there's some short ones and there's some tall ones. There's definitely ones that are taller than you.
How tall are you again?
I'm 3'5".
Yeah, there's definitely some that are taller than you.
Might lose you.
Do you fly with wings, or do you just like?
I have wings.
But it's an open space. I mean, it's. Yeah, as you guys are like walking along, there's open areas and there's places with like more grasses next to like small like pond scenarios.
Right.
How much weight can Zarzaros carry?
15 times your strength score.
Oh, DM have that calculation off the rip.
My base strength
No,
score?
but the actual number, not the modifier.
Orgy could have carried...
Oh yeah,
This.
so 16. Yeah, 16
15 times 15.
Oh,
What's
Yeah, what you
what's
rolling?
am I rolling?
16 times 15? Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Fun
It's
math.
much more than he's carrying. I would
Oh,
assume.
okay, never mind. It's not as much as I thought.
Oh my god.
I got it. Hold on.
'Cause
16 times
Orgy had
15.
20
Two
strength. I was like,
40.
yeah,
Two
just straight up carried
Real
100
quick.
pounds by
Take a
himself.
minute.
How much are
He's
you
a
currently
tiny little
carrying?
dwarf.
Yeah,
So if you're
carrying
bench
a lot
pressing
now.
cars.
88.
Oh.
Dwarf.
Could you
Oh, yeah.
would you provide a piggyback?
You can carry
Because the
50
grasses are
pounds.
tall.
So we've got Argar in the back.
Sure. I got my shield out and Bosco on my shoulders.
Alright.
I'm hanging around the middle.
Okay.
Is this the highest you've ever been?
I can see everything.
Wait,
I bet you can.
wait, I'm
Who's
sorry.
got the
So
cart?
he's holding you on his shoulders?
Yeah, I'm like on his neck, like.
I think
Oh my-
Oh my God.
Zarzuros would have the cart if you're up front.
I
Right?
love it. What's
Because
that?
it's one. Zarzuros would have the cart if you're up front because it's the one that you lead, not one that you sit in.
Well, I'm not up front. Or
No,
Zarzuros,
Zarzuros.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Alrighty. We're
I was
missing Nixel,
gonna-
Gax, and Ares.
Nixel's floating above everyone, maybe 2-3 feet above them.
Okay.
Just, he's probably closer to the back. Not in the back, but kind of so he can see the whole group.
Okay. Gax.
I think Gax is actually in or on the cart.
You just pull it.
He would have sent Nyx, his familiar, up ahead, and the command would have just been warn us if there's a
Did you
beast
buy
in
more
coming.
incense?
No, it never died.
It did. It got shot
Got
out
shot
of the
with
air.
an arrow.
Oh, I do have more incense though, so
Okay.
yeah. That then a little retcon the night before, I would have summoned her again.
Okay.
So now I have no more incense. That boo hoo. But
Boo.
yeah.
Alright, so Nyx is going up ahead. Cool. Ares.
I think normally I would stick near him, but since he's in the
Where's
front,
Cedric
In the
again?
middle.
of course he is. I think I would hang near in the
It's
back
time
with
to
Argar
discuss
because
these-
since he's at the front, I don't want to be
Shall
at the
we
front
discuss
next to
this?
him, so I would hang in the back.
Cedric, why don't you lead the donkey so I can stay up front with Bosco? Keep a lookout.
Fair point. So I'm behind you two. Still in the middle. No objections here.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm near the back with Argar because I want to be able to see everybody.
I'm
and-
actually, I'm like in between Argar and Ares. Or sorry, no, it's Cedric and Ares basically. But like, you start to realize like I'm walking in a way that's like really unsettling. So you're still not like used.
I'm carrying the donkey. I turn around. You're just like. I turn back.
We're keeping an eye on you. We're the patrol back here.
Ares are.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some
And then you see
discussions.
Gax in the cart, and his eyes are wide open, just
Right.
completely white.
Oh, you're in the car. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the cart.
Cool. So yeah, as you guys are sort of like going, it's obviously you guys walk for 2-3 hours, so about you guys going at a slow, normal, or fast pace?
Normal.
Cool.
Normal.
So yeah, you guys are going about 3 miles an hour or so. So you've done about 9 to 10 miles of walking with this donkey.
That's right.
You guys see out ahead of you that there's just kind of like two. The area is a little bit hilly. It's flat for the most part, but like it's a lot of traversing in and out of like those watering holes that you get in savannas, right? You've got this wonderful view of the cliffs on the left side of you. The port is obviously behind you at this point, and then you've got the coastal side on your right. You guys can see after going about 10 to 15 miles, you see that in about a day's journey there would be what looks some sort of like drop off into a much more desolate, kind of craggy sandstone area. It's got like these canyons of some sort that are just like lower down in the elevation. So at some point you'll get to like the top of the savannah, and then it starts to go slightly down until you get to those canyons.
Okay.
Cool. As you guys are traversing, obviously your skin is just sort of tingling from the sun's kind of like relentlessness on you. The clouds have sort of broken a bit, and now the sun is just sort of beating, and on any of like the dark armors that you guys, or dark cloaks that you're wearing, you just start to feel it. The heat just soaks in and under you guys' like armor and clothing, giving you that nasty, sweaty feel. However, the lizard folk probably feel right at home.
Yeah.
Can I say, Cedric?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
First time we've ever seen you smile.
Cedric pulls out a handkerchief, is like,
I you actually hear me say, like,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Nixel,
Why are
give
you
me
wet?
a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. Interesting. Not good. 2.
Two. This area is obviously new to you. You've not really come up to the surface world before. This place is absolutely delightful.
oh.
It's wondrous to you. The fact that there's all these like antelopes galloping around, just the wildlife, the sounds, the birds that you've never heard before is just enchanting.
I don't trust it.
And it's not a suspicious feeling to you. It's more of like you're just in awe that this can be so beautiful, because all you've really known is the darkness and stuff that is fluorescently glowing. So like you felt honestly a little bit more at home at the port because you had those random bricks that would just like kind of light up at night. It reminded you of like the Olaf Grove. But yeah, so that's kind of how you're taking all of this imagery in. As you guys start to crest a hill, I need you all to roll a perception check.
Would Nyx be able to roll it beforehand? Because I did say that I sent her up front first. To
You
look for
definitely
things.
could.
That's
Yes.
an 8.
That brings me to
So
7.
give me a perception check for Nyx.
Yep.
I gotta get rid of this dice, man.
Don't do it. Commit.
She got
Commit.
30.
Be like me. Commit to the die.
Cool.
Yeah,
What did
perception
the
was
rest
due
of you
to
guys get?
17.
Down the
21.
line. 21.
6.
7.
8.
9.
Wait, 6, 7, and 9?
And I got.
Oh, sorry, no, I
Gax
got
himself
11.
got
I'm
a
sorry, I
13.
forgot to add my thing. 11.
Gax himself got a 13, and then Nyx got a dirty 20.
Okay. So obviously Nyx is a little bit like farther ahead. It's what, 30, 40, or more than that?
Oh, probably more than that. I would say probably like 50 or 60, just so that we have like a good amount of time to prepare and stuff like that if something were to happen.
Okay. So two things you see happen. The first thing you see, as you guys are sort of, before you get to this hill, you hear a loud as in the distance you see a large dark blue dragon, an adult dragon. This thing is much larger than the lion drake you fought. Oh my god. On top of it you see, and you clocked this from your first session, you see that dark armored character with kind of like that shimmering armor that's on him, and he's got this like black helmet that covers the entirety of his face almost, and it's got this like dragon horns that go up like kind of like this. And you see that it just starts to like slow down out in the distance as it grabs like a deer or an antelope or something, a gazelle, and just picks it up and just keeps flying out. But you know those to be this character to be an immortal. The rider is an immortal. Which for you guys to remind you guys, you know that these immortals are they're kind of like the top tier elite military people for Agaros. These are like the best of the best for Sasan Rajavi, the Great Mullah's guard.
The way that they're flying, could I do a nature check to see if I remember, like, oh, that's the destination to the capital, that's the destination to this settlement, or like stuff like that?
Their trajectory is, you see him, the dragon pick up this like gazelle or antelope, and they continue towards those canyons. And then eventually they sort of like leave the horizon view, and so you can't really see if they make a turn or not.
Would I know if...
Actually, you have a little bit of a height from Nyx with the 20s, so I'd say that you can sort of see them veer off over the coast.
Okay.
So it's not like they're heading towards
something, it's
the
more like they're
canyons.
going on patrol or whatever. Yeah. Interesting.
It's that immortal again.
Yeah.
Seems like he's heading towards the coast.
You would 100% know about immortals.
Yeah.
Because you are in the capital, and that's where they're most prominent.
Yeah.
I'm
Why is
sorry.
one here?
On patrol.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah.
Immortals?
Yes. Elite. Elite members of Agaros.
On patrol for what?
Anything.
Where did you
That
see
they
this?
deem killable, or that they want to kill.
What do you mean? We just saw it.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see the immortal riding a dragon.
No, I'm far too concerned with the beauty of this place.
You see differently then.
Interesting. Just
Is
Can-
that strange?
Can I do an Arcana check on that? Is he potentially seeing something entirely different, and does it feel like it might be arcane in nature?
You could, no check needed because you would come up with nothing.
Okay.
There is no spell effect that's on him right now. It was more of just me trying to determine, does Nixel find this place fascinating, or does he not care?
Okay, so so I start to realize after a couple seconds, it's not so much that he can't see it; it's more that he was paying attention to something else.
Yeah. I was just me giving him a way to react to the space because I didn't know if he was going to be ensorcelled by it or if he would find it just mundane. Right? The second thing that you notice as Nyx is sort of like fluttering over the hill, you see kind of two hills that are crested like this. And there's like a shallow gap in between, maybe 20 to 25 foot wide. And on these two hills, you see a number of boar.
Oh. Okay, and in retrospect to like the hill that we have to crest over, how far away is that?
It's like 40 to 60 feet.
Okay, and then seeing the...
They're pretty large, but they're nothing like what you've been
Described.
Yeah.
Seeing that through Nyx's eyes, can I do a nature check to see if like this is their home, like going through that canyon-esque space, if that might lead us to their home, or is this just like a grazing area for them?
It's probably they're just foraging.
Seeing that through Nyx's eyes, Gax will speak up from the cart. There's a lot of boars ahead of us. Not the one that we've been tasked with, but like, how many would you say there are?
You count 5.
Oh, there's 5 of them. I thought you were gonna be like, there's 500. Like, we are leaving.
That's like the wildebeest. Where they're just like all there.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Isn't that what we're looking for?
No,
we
were
can
just
cash in those tusks.
We can still.
We can't
Yes.
cash in any tusks.
They will be smaller, but that's still valuable.
Yes, it is a good thing.
After all, I think you might have missed that session.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Wait, yeah, 'cause you.
Ah.
Never mind.
Yes.
Gex, to bring you up to speed.
20 gold for small tusks, 35 gold
35.
for large, and Ironhide himself. The price will be determined when we come back.
Wait, Ironhide is just a specific type of boar, or like
It's
No,
like
it's
the big
it's
one
the,
that we need to carry.
the big
real-
daddy boar.
Big Daddy. Boar Daddy.
I don't know how
BBD,
I
big
feel
boy
about
boar.
So would these be considered
It's a
large?
nature man. but-
So would these be considered large, like 35 gold boars or 20 gold boars?
You're not quite sure.
Are they gonna?
Probably.
I was gonna say
You
this is
rolled a
based
what?
on
A
his.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
sorry,
is-
my
this
failure.
is-
He's
Oh,
getting
sorry.
this from his bird.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Would I be able to know from a nature check if these boar just over the hill are gonna attack us, or would like they just scurry because Bosco doesn't really want to initiate a fight if we're going to fight a much
You
bigger
have
animal?
heard that most of the wildlife here is unless it's like not a predator, it's pretty bloodthirsty. Which is why people don't want to go out into the savannah.
So yes, big fight.
Hmm.
And then this is just for Gax himself. Can Nyx do a perception check and/or a survival check for interesting plants?
While you're at the crest of this hill.
Yeah. While Gax is thinking, we're probably gonna have to fight these things, but on a more important note.
Any cool plan?
In this
Yeah.
specific
Cool plan.
location, roll with disadvantage.
Aww.
Ooh, can I guidance that if I know he's gonna start picking for stuff?
Gex.
Well, so technically, it's not my perception; it's my bird's perception. So you can't really.
Oh,
guide
so
us
he's not.
like
It's
that.
not you doing it. It's the bird doing
No,
it.
it's my
Okay,
bird
okay,
looking
so-
around. Yeah, I find jack shit. I got a 7.
Cool. Yeah, there's not too much around these locations. You have to go into like more reserved areas. Most of this you can see has like a lot of heavy traffic from the boars.
I think with hearing the news of the boar ahead, I'm gonna summon Fithak.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh.
Cool. What does that look like?
Ooh.
I'm on someone's shoulder, so just
It falls on his shoulders too.
I don't know what the exact action should look like. I'll come up with that.
Cool. You summon Vathak, and
Yes. Is it time to kill something?
Oh yeah, you gotta kill these boar up ahead.
Oh, I do love boar meat.
Oh yeah, I do too.
They're the pigs of the pigs.
Really. It's a delicious meat.
Just don't destroy the tusks, please.
Okay, pretty boy.
That was just a dragon with a rider on it. Is that gonna be you and me someday?
Possibly.
As I'm unwrapping my weapon, I'm like,
That's a scary thought.
You
Mortals
see
are pretty
Nixel
cool.
take out his new woodcarver's tools, and he's busy creating something. It looks similar to the cannon he made earlier. However, this one looks like it does something a little different. And Nixel is putting together an Eldritch Cannon Force Ballista.
Cool.
This time.
While you're doing that, everybody would see Gax pulls out a piece of mistletoe and lights it on fire.
For what?
For a component. It's ashes of a burnt mistletoe.
Is that
For shits and giggles.
chalet?
No. After he burns it and stuff like that, he says, as we're going over the hill, don't leave a 30-foot radius around me. And I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
So what that spell does is you radiate a concealing aura in a 30-foot radius around yourself for the duration. While in the aura, you and each creature of your choice have a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and leave no tracks.
Does it's like a bubble or something? Does it move with you?
Yeah, it moves with me.
him.
It moves with me.
Okay.
So I'm casting it on myself
I see.
as like the focal point. So anybody in a 30-foot
So, yeah,
radius
you-
around me.
You burn this mistletoe, and then it's like this kind of like magical force field bubble almost, kind of like encompasses the group. And as you guys walk, it looks pretty much like it. Basically, it filters out you guys walking, any sounds and stuff, and like mutes it a little bit. You can still get found out, but for Boar, it'll most likely be enough for you guys to sort of like sneak up on them pretty easily.
Nixel feels absolutely bamboozled. He just spent all this time building this cannon, and he wanted to use it, and now
Was this
he
the perfect-
feels a little bit bamboozled.
So I just cast a spell for it, or
He's kind of looking at Gax, kind of like, really? You couldn't have-
you're too slow,
I had this done before you were.
and yet my spell happened first. Sorry.
That's a lie.
What, does your cannon just do it?
It's magical.
Oh, okay. I don't
It's an
know.
Eldritch cannon.
I don't know what it
Disappointing
does.
he can't
It
use
just
it.
shows up
Yeah.
once I finish it.
So, pause real quick. Do you guys want to do combat now, or should we save it for next time?
It's 11.
I would prefer next time.
Next time sounds like it.
Okay, cool. Unpause. So you guys are slowly cresting this hill, and you guys see kind of grazing in the distance these kind of like larger wild boar that are just sort of like, you hear lots of snorts and grunts and things, but they don't seem to notice you at all as you guys give me stealth checks.
Bosco, what do you
Remember, it's
say?
+10
Stay
to
up.
everybody.
Plus 10, and since it's a party check, it's the average.
Plus 10 to your stealth.
Yeah,
Okay.
+10 to stealth. On top of whatever
I also.
your modifiers are and stuff like that.
What is it? The stealth, I get a plus what?
10.
So, yeah, whatever your normal stealth roll is, just add 10 to it.
I rolled a 3, but it turns to a 19.
22.
21.
29.
18.
Cool.
29.
28. 19.
Excellent. Yeah, the average is far above their passive perception. They don't clock you at all.
Nice.
As you guys are sort of like slowly approaching them, there's about 3 on one side and 2 on the other. However, what you guys don't expect is you hear a slight rumbling as you get closer into the middle area, and I need all of you to give me a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20.
19.
15.
19.
4.
17.
21.
It's a good thing my perception's bad because that's where all my rolls go.
I got nat 20, but I get +4. So is it nat 20 or is it 24?
Nat 20,
It's a
and
nat
then your
20,
normal
yeah.
score is 24.
You guys all sense this thing that is just rumbling beneath you guys. And I think what you notice with the nat 20 is that on top of the rumbling, you guys are sort of like looking around trying to figure out where it's coming from. It's approaching you very quickly from behind, and it's getting further and further up, like it's burrowing through the ground up towards you guys. And with that, I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh,
I know what these are.
It's a dire mole.
No, it's
It's
worse.
that crabby thingy.
And kegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. I technically don't know what it is yet.
You serious right now?
Yeah. Okay.
I know. My bow has slow.
And we'll
so
catch you next time on Wicked Initiative.
yeah.
Please follow, like, subscribe, do all the things. We're glad you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time.
See us get eaten
Good
by
night.
giant land crabs.
Bye.